Mercury Theater on the Air presents Orson Welles as Count Dracula in his own version of Bram Stoker's great novel, Dracula.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Arthur Seward. I'm here tonight to bear witness to the truth of certain events which you may find it hard to believe, but I ask you to believe them. I have here certain documents, telegrams, clippings from the press of the day, memoranda, and letters in various hands. All needless matters have been eliminated, so that a history almost at variance with the possibilities of contemporary belief may stand forth as simple fact. I present you first with excerpts from the private journal of Jonathan Harker.
I, Jonathan Harker, lawyer's clerk, article to Peter Hawkins, Esquire of Exeter, England, am writing this journal in the hope that if misfortune overtakes me, it may one day come to the eyes of those who love me. I set out from London on the last day of April to visit one of our clients in Eastern Europe. On May the 3rd, I arrived in Budapest and came after nightfall to Klausenburg on the borders of Transylvania. At Bistritz, there was a letter of welcome for me from our client, informing me that his carriage would await me at the Borgo Pass. It was signed Dracula.
Bukovina! Couch for Bukovina!
The road was rough, but still we seemed to fly over it with feverish haste. When it grew dark, there seemed to be some excitement among the passengers. They kept speaking to the driver and looking at me and urging him on to greater speed. The crazy coach rocked on its great leather strings. The mountains seemed to come nearer to us on either side. Coachman! Coachman! What is it? Where are we?
You're nearing your destination, young hare. This is the Borgo Pass.
There were black, rolling clouds overhead, and in the air the heavy, oppressive sense of thunder. Now, we were through the pass.
The young hare is not expected after all.
You are early tonight, my friend.
A caleche with 4 horses had drawn up beside us.
Let me help you, sir.
The coachman smiled, and the lamplight fell on a hard-looking mouth with very red lips and sharp-looking teeth as white as ivory. We began to move. I looked back. The coach and its load of passengers had vanished from sight. We swept into the darkness of the pass. I struck a match. It was within a few minutes of midnight. And then a dog began to howl somewhere far down the road. The wind was rising, moaned and whistled through the rocks, and the branches of the trees clashed together as we swept along. It grew colder and colder still, and fine powdery snow began to fall. The baying of wolves sounded nearer and nearer, as though they were closing round us from every side. We kept on ascending, always ascending. The howling of wolves was growing less. Presently, it ceased altogether. And just then, the moon broke through the black clouds, and by its light I saw round us a ring of wolves running alongside the carriage, in silence, with white teeth and lolling red tongues, with long sinewy limbs and shaggy hair.
Welcome to my house.
I must have fallen asleep. The carriage had pulled up in the courtyard of a vast ruined castle. The coachman was nowhere to be seen.
Welcome to my house. Come freely, go safely, and leave something of the happiness you bring.
Count Dracula?
I am Dracula.
His face was strong, very strong, aquiline. The mouth, so far as I could see under the heavy mustache, was fixed and rather cruel-looking, with peculiarly sharp white teeth.
You're here, Mr. Harker.
The wolf?
The children of the night, as you say, Mr. Harker. The wolves. Listen. Come now. There are many things you must tell me tomorrow. Of England and of the estate there you have purchased for me.
Yes.
The estate is called Carfax, I believe.
Yes, that is so.
But now I will detain you no longer. You will find your room in readiness. And I advise you not to leave it during the night.
This castle is on the very edge of a terrible precipice. A stone falling from the window would fall 1,000 feet without touching anything. I explored. There are doors everywhere, and all of them locked. The door to the great hall, the door to the courtyard, every door in the castle is closed, bolted against me. The castle of Dracula is a prison, and I am a prisoner. The next night, I couldn't sleep. So after a few hours, I got up and, lighting my candle, I placed my shaving mirror on the dressing table and was just beginning to shave.
You seem restless, Mr. Harker.
I hadn't seen him, although the reflection of the glass covered the whole room behind me. I turned to the glass again. Count Dracula was close to me, and I could see him over my shoulder, but there was no reflection of him in the mirror. It was blank. I started and cut myself on the side of the throat. The blood was trickling down my neck. Count, my mirror!
The blood! The blood! Wipe the blood from your face, Mr. Harker. And take care how you cut yourself. It is more dangerous than you think in this country.
When I woke, I found most of my things were gone. My passport, my notes, my letter of credit. I could find no trace of them anywhere. And my door is locked from the outside. June 20th. There is work of some kind going on in the castle. Now and then I hear the faraway muffled sound of mattock and spades. And last night, the second of the predated letters which Dracula made me write, the second of that series which is to blot out the very traces of my existence from the earth, went forth. Count Dracula.
Yes, my young friend.
Well, what of me? When am I free? When can I leave this place?
Free? Mr. Harker, you're always free. You want to leave? Would you like to leave tonight?
Yes, in God's name.
My dear young friend, not an hour shall you wait in my house against your will. Come, follow me. The door seems to be bolted. How strange. The door is locked.
Well, in God's name, open it.
As you will, Mr. Harker. You English have a proverb which is very close to my heart. Welcome the coming, speed the parting guest. Good night, Mr. Harker.
Shut the door! Shut the door! I tell you, shut the door! Shut!
The door is shut, Mr. Harker. I take it you will remain.
Morning, June the 30th. These may be the last words I ever write in this diary. Oh, God preserve my sanity. I have never seen Count Dracula by day. At sunrise, at the first cockcrow, he is gone. I don't understand these things. I only know that the wolves obey him, and that he is a man with hair on the palm of his hand, with sharp teeth, and no blood in his face. He casts no shadow. He cannot be seen in a glass, and he moves like a bat across the sheer face of the castle walls. He eats no food, and is mortally afraid of the crucifix. As I write this, I hear in the courtyard the rolling of heavy wheels and the cracking of whips. And there is in the passageway below a sound of heavy boxes being set down. Boxes shaped like coffins. And I know what they hold. Boxes are filled with holy earth from the chapel beneath the castle. It's the last box being nailed down. And now I hear the heavy feet tramping again. The door shut. The chains rattle. In the courtyard and down the rocky way, the roll of heavy wheels.
The track was whipped.
Help! Help! Help!
The wagon's still gone. I'm alone in the castle. I'm alone in the castle.
I'm alone in the castle. I'm alone. I'm alone. I'm alone.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dr. Seward. Mr. Harker's journal terminates at this point. I now present in evidence a clipping dated August 8th of that year from the Yorkshire Telegraph from our correspondent in Whitby. One of the greatest and suddenest storms on record is experienced here today. The weather has been somewhat sultry, but Saturday evening was fine. The band was playing. The piers were crowded with holidaymakers. The wind fell away entirely during the evening, and there was a dead calm. There were but few lights at sea. The only sail noticeable was a foreign schooner under full canvas, which was seemingly going westward. A little after midnight came a strange sound from over the sea, and high overhead the air began to carry a strange, faint, hollow booming. Then, without warning, the tempest broke. And there, with all sails set, was the foreign schooner rushing with terrific speed toward the shore. A searchlight was turned on her. And there, lashed to the helm, was a corpse, with drooping head which swayed horribly to and fro at each motion of the ship. A moment later, she crashed. And then a strange thing was seen. At the very instant she touched, a huge dog sprang up on deck from below and, running forward, jumped from the bow onto the sand and, making straight up the east cliff toward the graveyard, vanished into the night. The Coast Guard, going aboard at dawn, found the dead man fastened to a spoke of the wheel. Tightly clutched in one hand was a crucifix. The man must have been dead for quite 2 days. In the pocket of the dead man's coat was found a bottle, carefully corked, containing a roll of paper. This proved to be an addendum to the ship's log. There was found on board only a small amount of cargo, and that of a most unusual
Hey, everybody.
nature.
Thanks for
Apparently
tuning in
ship
for
carries nothing
the
but
late
earth,
game of Curse of Strahd. I believe we're on
common
session number 9.
packed
This is
away in
DiceDad.
wooden
I
boxes.
will be here in just a few more
Shaped
minutes
much like
to get everybody
coffin.
started. I'm just going to go grab a drink and a snack and get myself situated. So listen to a couple more minutes of this classic 1938 recording of Dracula starring Orson Welles. And I'll be back in just a couple minutes.
Russian flag, Black Sea to Whitby. July 6th. Finished taking in cargo, a clear cargo, boxes of earth. At noon, set sail, east wind, fresh, crew, 4 hands, 2 mates, cook, and myself, captain. July 11th. Entered Bosporus. At dark, passed through Dardanelles. Mate reported in morning that one of crew, Balyoden, was missing.
Took larboard watch 8 bells last night. She was relieved by Chilesian who came to his bunk.
Something aboard this ship.
No. Don't laugh, Captain. In the rain last night, a tall, thin man go up companionway and along the deck forward and disappeared. When I go to the bow, no one. And the hatchways all closed.
July 22nd. Rough weather last 3 days. All hands busy with sails. No time be frightened. Past Gibraltar and out through Strait. All well. July 24th. Last night, another hand was lost. Disappeared.
Like Chilesian. Leave off watch midnight. Then we never see him again. What's double watch now? I don't take watch alone no more. Double watch. Double watch.
July 29th. Had single watch tonight as crew too tired to double. When morning comes...
Hey! Hey, below! Barricade! Barricade! Keep barricade below! Barricade gone!
Oh, balancing God like the others. Like all the others.
The mate and I have agreed to go armed henceforth, July 30th. Last night, we are nearing England. Weather fine. All sails set.
Captain! Captain! The man in the watching the stairs is missing! Lost missing!
Now, only self and mate and one hand left to work ship. August 3rd. 2 days of fog and not a sail sighted. At midnight, I went to relieve the man at wheel, and when I got to it, found no one there.
It's here. I know it now. I saw it. Like a man tall and thin and ghastly pale. It was in the bars looking out. I gave us the knife, and my knife went through it.
What?
Empty as air.
What is it? What are you talking about?
It's here. And I'll find it. It's in the hold. In one of those boxes of earth. I'll unscrew them.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in tonight to the DiceDad Games late game of Curse of Strahd. I am DiceDad, your dungeon master for the evening. We are currently on week 9 of Curse of Strahd in our Discord server, the DiceDad Games Discord server. We run league games of D&D almost every night. So if you're ever looking to just watch some D&D, it's a little less like professionally produced, some like actual, like local game store kind of D&D, or you're just looking for some people to hang out with, or if you just want a Discord to get involved in, we got a pretty cool community that we're building. So I definitely encourage you to come on by. We have links to our Discord on our Facebook page and on our Twitch. So just come on by, tell us that you're coming in from the Twitch or that you're coming in from the Facebook, and we'll find a game for you. But with that, I will go ahead and jump over to the Discord and the party who is waiting for me.
Welcome.
Hello,
Here.
everybody.
Here.
I'm
We
here.
always getting a free level.
Not quite. Not that lucky. Could everyone make sure... Oh, you guys already have, basically, that your names are changed to your character names. We've got this slick new overlay, thanks to Minds Gaming, who was very nice to help us kind of up our Twitch stream quality. He's on Twitch as well. It's Minds, MINDZ_gaming. So check him out. I made the overlay, but he helped me out, and it was pretty cool. Yeah, so we've got this slick new overlay that shows your characters. It shows your names and they light up when you talk. So now we don't have that clunky paper thing that had your names written on it. Now, people know who's talking by the thing lighting up. So I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, thank you for changing your character names. And we are here tonight with our late game of Curse of Strahd. We finished last week, I believe, just as you all were setting off from the bridge over the Sayre Falls after facing a ghost and having one heck of an encounter. You are all now heading back on the road, and your plan was to travel through the night to finish the last leg of your trip to the city of Vallaki as quickly as possible. We're going to go ahead and jump in. I'll let everyone introduce their characters. We'll start off at the top with Elliot. Elliot, go ahead and tell us about your character.
Elliot is an Eldrin variant elf monk, level 3 fighter, radiant soul. He's a laid-back attitude, relaxed, and always smoking, a knack for card tricks. He wears a very nice suit, black jacket, white dress shirt, yellow shades, and black and white loafers. After.
Awesome. Oh, and everybody, we are using our Bard bot tonight. Thank you so much, Bunny, for getting that set up. You have to adjust the volumes manually for yourselves, though. We set up a bot that will play background music, but it's in the Discord. But once I start playing music, it's going to be really loud. There's an ambient track going right now that isn't so loud, but once I start playing music, it's going to be really loud for you if you don't go and fix this now. So
He's
everybody,
currently muted. Go ahead. Yeah.
So everybody, go ahead and in the Discord, click on Zappy the Bard. Right-click on it, and it says there's a bar that says user volume. You guys need to move that down to about 30 to 35%. When we do the ambient noise tracks, you can move it up a little higher because there's no music on those, so they're a little harder to hear. But when we get to actual battle music, which I can almost guarantee is going to happen since you guys are traveling at night, you are not going to want that thing up on 100% volume.
I don't know what you're talking about, DiceDad. Brovia's safe at nighttime.
Completely safe. Nothing ever happens. Nothing bad ever happens in the lock
Set
at
up
night.
owlbear, please. Owlbear.
Yes. Let me get you all the link to the owlbear.
Oh, how many
And
more
while we
subscribers do we
travel,
need?
I will be performing. I will be performing a hour-long ritual in the back of the cart, while my pony can be resting and tied to the back.
Okay. Now we need to determine who
The
is in the cart,
ritual-
because only 2 of you can fit in the cart at a time.
Sister
Besides the
Clock
person
One will still
driving.
be
Someone
driving.
can drive, and then 2 people can ride in.
I'm still driving, so it's up to y'all.
Do you want to rest? And since I already slept, maybe I can drive and you can sleep or something.
I'll be okay for a little bit longer.
All right. Well, since I think I already rested, I can go outside and let somebody else rest.
All right, so
I-
just let me know
I do
then
think
who
that
is
one
going to be in the
person-
cart.
I do think that Irina should
I
be
will-
in the cart at one point. Like,
Yes.
just always stay in the
And
cart.
Arwen will
Garland?
go outside the car to leave somebody else rest.
Garland will ride in the cart for an hour to, well, I need to ride in the cart a little bit longer than that. 1 hour to perform a ritual so I can have a new Warhammer. And the rest, I need rest. After that fight.
I bet you do. Let me zoom in on the map so everyone here on the Twitch can see sort of exactly where we're at. Alright, this is Ghost, no longer here.
Is there a way to change my name on Owlbear?
Yes, you can. On Owlbear, there is a little thing on I think the bottom left, when you have the screen maximized, that'll let you change your name and a couple other settings.
All right. Sorry. Thank you.
Okay, so the party currently is on the cart. You, about an hour ago, passed over this bridge over the Tsar Falls, and you've been traveling for about an hour since you passed that when you fought this ghost, which was last session. Did we finish character introductions? I just realized I don't think that we did character introductions.
We did not.
No.
We did not. Okay.
No.
Let me finish character introductions before I get sidetracked. I apologize. So Elliot described his character. I think it's Arwen's turn.
Arwen is a half-elf paladin. His family suffered. His family became a victim of creatures of darkness when he was a child, and later on he made a pact with a sentient weapon in order to avenge his parents and to fight creatures of darkness.
All right. Is that Buttatrav?
Butrov.
Butrov.
Sorry. Yeah. Butrov is a short dwarf, about 4'8", and he is with his brown hair and his undercuts and a small bun and a bit of a goatee that's still left of his old beard. He is a mage traveling the world to better his magic and to better himself so that he can one day teach it to his clan.
All right. Okay, Garland.
I'm Garland Phone Tankard, a cleric of the Force Domain of the 3rd level, and a sorcerer of the Divine Soul of 1st level. I can sit there and heal you and kill you, and I'll do my best to do both. I have my Dwarven Holy Water, and I'll pour that down your throat, and that should heal you better up than any other magics can.
Alrighty. Jin.
Playing as Jin Neskull, a half-orc barbarian that is riding along with the party to take down Strahd, heard of an adventure, and growing up used to be a soldier and a mercenary, and that's pretty much it. He's just riding with the party to take out Strahd.
Alright. And finally, Sister Sakram.
Greetings, all of those lost and found. I am Sister Sakram, a second-level cleric of the Morning Lord. I will do my best to ease all that ails you and to bring this land up into his holy light.
All
I am a
right.
tiefling
Okay.
cleric,
Go ahead,
though I
sorry.
will keep my wings and horns hidden. Sorry about that.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, I interrupted. Okay, cool. All right, so the group of you, after finishing your tough battle with this ghost that possessed your cleric and turned him against you, so like you have all... You finished that fight, but you're looking ragged, and you are urgently ready to get to Vallaki. So you all take off on your cart.
I never took damage.
Same.
Good for you.
I took damage. I took a little damage.
All right, whoever... I'll go ahead and do it. You all managed to get as far as these gates. And at this point, the road... You find a fork, but you check your map, and you realize that the fork goes straight to the castle that you don't want to go to. So you keep to the left, and you go northwest, and after a short time, you reach a large set of iron gates blocking the road ahead, and they look almost identical to the gates that you came from, or that you came through when you first came to Barovia, on the east, or on the eastern side of the village of Barovia. When you first exited the Svalage Woods, you saw another set of gates just like this. And just like those gates, as you approach, the gates swing open of their own volition, and as you pass through them, they swing behind you with a loud, grinding screech.
How's that for a warm welcome?
All right.
We just passed the Tsar Falls. Isn't that... I'm going all the way back to episode 1, where the Vallaki, Madame Eva, one of the Vallaki there at her place, was telling us that they witnessed the mage and Count fight, and he fell down those falls.
Yes, you're right. You were told a story by a few of the Vistani as they were talking about how they had several months back witnessed this epic battle between that wizard with the weird complicated name that sounds very important and Strahd. And the two of them, or this wizard, led this force of commoners and adventurers who were also trapped in Barovia, and he led them all in as a raid against the castle, with flaming pitchforks and the whole thing, torches and pitchforks.
Whole 9 yards.
Yeah. He just decimated all of them, and then fought the wizard until he threw the wizard over the falls. And the wizard has not been seen by the Vistani here since.
But the Vistani told us lake. I'm trying to think. They heard of a place where the wizard may live. I'm going all the way
They
back.
did hear that they did hear tales of a crazy mage who was causing trouble north of Lake Zarovich. And they were wondering if
Okay.
maybe that might have been the same mage. That's the story you
that's what
overheard.
I'm looking at my notes. Okay.
I'm just thinking, why do
I
all
got
wizards
one
go
notebook
crazy?
dedicated.
Too much power.
All right. So how long have we traveled so far?
You at night have been traveling for about probably 2 hours. About an hour,
then
maybe
I've
hour and a half.
created my new. I created my new warhammer using my channel divinity, artisan's blessing, and now I'm gonna try to get some sleep.
Okay. Yeah, you cozy down in your little bed that you've made in the back of
And
the thing.
Butroff can ride my war ram, my war goat.
I'd gladly
Alright.
take that offer.
So, Sister Sakrem is driving. Garland is sleeping in the back of the cart. Who else is in the back of the cart?
Irina, I think.
Oh, yeah, you have Irina with you, so Irina's in the back of the cart. I forgot about Irina. How could I forget?
I can squeeze her over with me, and somebody else who's injured can ride back there. Like, I can ride up by the horses.
That's fine. If somebody, yeah, there's room up there for her. She's pretty small. There's room up there for someone else if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll take Irina up here, and then somebody else can sleep in the back.
Whoever is injured, please hop on.
Injured first.
I'm not that injured, but I guess I'll hop on.
Rest while you can,
I'm
brother.
not injured. Sister Sakram goes, do you want to walk with your light injury, or would you like to rest?
I can walk. It's fine.
Get in the cart.
Okay, I'll get in the cart.
Cart's full.
Okay, we're traveling.
All right.
Yep, and we're traveling.
Cool. So you pass by the gates and you pass into about a good section of woods. And as you pass into these woods, the trees begin to close in overhead, and the thick branches, like the trunks and branches, begin to close in. There's a lot less space between the trees, and the whole thing feels very clustered. Like you feel claustrophobic almost. But you have to go through here because that's where the road is. So
Alrighty
on
then.
you continue. And about halfway through the woods, suddenly you hear the howl of a wolf some distance away.
I'll back at the wolf. Just kidding.
I'm gonna flick the reins to go faster.
All right. Yeah,
But
the
I'm gonna
horses
keep
seem
my
a little
head on a
spooked.
swivel.
Yeah, the horses seem a little spooked, and they're very willing to continue on more quickly. And as they do, you continue.
Who else is in the back of the cart with me?
I want
Just so I keep my notes.
I am.
Okay, yeah. I was like, I don't remember.
Okay, who's I am?
Jin,
Okay.
the half orc, pretty cramped back there, I assume.
Sister Sakram has thrown you both a blanket.
I mean, you're probably cuddling the dwarf, right?
Yeah,
Nobody
just kind of,
cuddles this dwarf.
just kind of holding him like a teddy bear.
If you're
There's a
close, at
blanket
least
over
you're.
both of you.
If you're close, at least you're warm.
All right.
Oh,
So
I'm warm, all right.
the group of you exits the trees as you continue along on the cart. And as you exit from the trees and you enter into sort of like a valley that is formed between these two large hills, you see there's sort of like mists and wildflowers that are cloaking this misty, moonlit valley.
Beautiful.
What color are the flowers? Are they pretty
They
flowers?
are
Blues and
they
grays?
are like lavenders and like light blues and pinks.
Nice.
Oh, beautiful.
I really want some of these flowers. Can I pick one of these
It's
flowers
dark.
as we just walk by real fast?
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna pick a lavender one and put it in my ear.
All right. Yeah, Elliot, as you hop off and you go to pick a couple flowers, you pick a real nice looking lavender one and you grab a handful of a few different ones. And as you look up, suddenly you see that you are not alone in this field of flowers.
Oh, makes sense.
And as the group of you all sort of begin to look on this moonlit valley, this peaceful valley, you also notice that there are figures standing in the mists.
I guess
staring at
perception.
you. Yeah, make perception rolls if you'd like.
Okay, so as I'm picking these flowers, I'm gonna look around, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh god, I should really just roll my own dice. That's a 7. God. What's my passive perception? Could I use my passive perception?
What is everyone's passive perceptions?
12.
Mine's 14.
12.
12 for Garland.
13.
Or I should have done. I don't know. I always forget that we have passive perception.
Your passive
you don't
perceptions
actually...
are what are allowing you to see these figures in the mists.
We just can't make them out.
Right, you can't make them out from here. It's dark and they're in mists. You just sort of see their forms. They don't appear to be moving.
Garland.
Right. They're just chilling.
Uh-huh.
21 for Sister Saclem.
As she sort of narrows her eyes and peers into the fields of flowers, she sees that they appear to be stuffed scarecrows that are looming in the fields.
That doesn't look ominous.
Elliot?
Mm-hmm?
Put the flowers back and let's keep going. Scarecrows. Don't touch the
I already
flowers.
have a handful of them. I'm just
You can see that some of them that are ahead in the mist begin to shift ever so slightly and sort of are moving themselves towards the road.
Alrighty then. I'm gonna ready it. Can I ready an action? Just in case they ambush us?
Everyone who has a passive perception of 11 or higher, you see that these scarecrows
14.
are moving and they appear to be setting themselves up to ambush you.
Alrighty then, so we're gonna get ambushed either way. I dropped these flowers.
Jen and I are asleep.
Can I go ahead?
You're gonna wake up
Sister
Jen and I.
So I tell Sister Clem very stealthily, go ahead and wake up the others, and I'm gonna go ahead and Radiant Sunbolt in their direction.
Yeah, Sister you guys both just feel a tail gently smack each of one of your faces. Oi, wake up.
So can I go ahead and Radiant Sunbolt into these scarecrows? They're how far you think?
I am going to try to get a battle map up for you guys. Just a second.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm just curious the distance, I guess. But I'm gonna I'm storing key right now in my hands, getting ready to
They're a variety of distances away. None of them are. They're sort of interspersed throughout this field.
So would some of them be 30 feet at least?
The one that you noticed closest to you is probably 15 feet from you.
Okay then. I'm definitely gonna start storing this key, and I'm gonna go ahead and throw it at them once we get that battle map out. Try to get some damage in before they touch us.
I'm gonna light a couple of my torches from my adventurer's pack and look at everybody else from using my sacred flame.
I mean, flowers are flammable, right?
I mean, yeah.
Probably.
Scarecrows are usually filled
I
with
just got
straw.
slapped in the face.
Oh, it was very light.
Just got slapped in the face.
Well, that's the wrong one.
And
There.
I look up. I say, woman, drive this cart easy. My stomach is still upset.
Well, prepare to throw up. We're about to be ambushed by scarecrows. Do you have anything made of fire or any fire spells or weapons that you can use?
Oh, I got a few. I got a nice cantrip called Firebolt.
Oh, that should do wonders. Jin, are you awake?
Oh yeah, I'm awake and I don't want this dwarf throwing up on me.
Idina, stay in the cart. Alright, everybody else. And I'm gonna pass out... I'm gonna pass out some torches. if anybody needs one, or if anybody needs their torch to be lit.
Yeah, running in my night vision.
Well, night vision will not do anything against beings that are made of straw. I have night vision
can
too, but you
still
don't see
see
me
'em.
complaining. Yes, you can see them, but will you be able to kill them with so easily? We want them to burn.
Oh, they'll
So you're
burn.
suggesting to use a
A
torch
sacred
as a
flame.
weapon?
An improvised weapon, yes. Swing the torch at them, or try to jab them with it, or if you're able to, attach it to your weapon. Might be a good idea.
Interesting. I'll pick one.
I
Thank
will
you.
hand over it. Of course. I'm gonna look to
Are we
Elliot.
ready to roll initiative?
Almost. I am getting the tokens ready.
Oh, I'm gonna throw damage at them first, and then initiative
yeah.
there. Some chip damage in there.
So, Arwen,
Yeah.
do you have your weapon?
I have a rapier. Is it possible to attach a torch to that?
Do you have rope?
Oil.
Might be a little heavy.
I have
on the
rope.
tip.
If you do that, you'd have to do your attacks at disadvantage because it's going to throw the weight off on your attacks.
But you could. I think you're pretty sure you can coat your weapon in oil.
You can coat your weapon in oil.
Yeah, and then I can
And
light
if
it
you
for
got the, I think if you got the which pack is it? I think it's the Dendering pack or the Venture pack. Both have oil in it.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, where'd wood stuff go?
I'll then light mine on oil instead.
All right.
Thank you.
And so I'll just light that on fire for you. Garland, you ready?
Oh, I'm ready. I'm outside the cart. Standing near the horses. The horse to make sure it doesn't get hurt.
Jin,
I
are
have
you
my
all
shield
right?
up. Under a
sorry. Bootstrap just got
blessing
his
of Moradin's might.
extension cord pulled out. Bootstrap is not here at the moment. His cat laid on his extension cord.
Oh no.
God.
Love that.
Love to see it. Hate to see it.
Oh no. Anyways, cat tax.
My cat's asshole. Right now he's sleeping. He was an asshole earlier. Oh my god, he kept attacking me. When I tried to play with him.
Darling, who knows? You might be able to use that new weapon.
I recommend you draw your weapons, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting ready for Key Blast here, so.
Arwen's weapon is already out.
Yep. Sister Clem has her shield and her mace.
I have my shield in front of me.
Spooky Sparkle says,
And I sit there and
surprise
say a blessing
attack.
to Moradin.
Round for the cat.
Alright, so everyone
Take a
whose
drink of my
Bard-Bot is
Dwarven
turned
party.
up, make sure that you turn it down because I'm about to put some music on.
And Jin went as well. Where did Jin go?
I take a drink of my Dwarven holy water.
Sorry, I accidentally left. I'm back.
Yeah, Spooky Sparkle says surprise attack round from the cat. Oh, we're doing Call of Cthulhu music?
Gotta love it. I love Call of Duty. It makes me happy.
Yes.
Hopefully this doesn't get us copy striked. So don't.
Eh,
If
you
we
should
get copy
be
struck,
fine.
that's on you.
Yeah. I did royalty-free dark battle music, so this doesn't say royalty-free, but we'll see. All right, so that's going
25 feet here, 25 feet here.
Can we put out our characters? Pick a token.
Yeah, if you
you
got
can
it,
put
pick
your
a token.
tokens down wherever you would be on the map.
So we didn't get
Ooh, I
surprised,
got-
so that's nice.
I've got line of sight with. Yes.
20 feet here. I can hit both these right here with my radiant
I can
blast.
actually hit all of them. Oh.
Can you hit this one at 40 feet? Oh.
Make sure you put your name. Put your name on your token.
I think I already
Well, I can
did.
hit them with Sacred Flame.
Or not. No, I didn't.
Well, because Sister Saklem's name is so long, I'm just putting her as Nunya.
None, yeah?
Nunya. Or
Like
it's
Ungin?
Nunya.
It sounds like Ungin. We need to play Overwatch, buddy, sometime today.
We
The Vince
should-
out.
Not sometime today. Are you kidding?
After your eyes get better, obviously.
Of course. So probably like Friday, Saturday.
Okay, I'm gonna move to here.
But they got that cute little Vin out. I got
All right,
Cat
so
Sombra.
we'll go ahead and we're gonna roll initiative in a second. But before initiative is rolled, we'll go ahead and let Elliot do the thing that he's going to do. And we'll have initiative.
All right, so I'm gonna like gather like spiritual energy from around me, and it's forming in my hand, and I'm gonna go radiant blast these guys. So I could use as a bonus action, spend 1 key point, and I could shoot them twice. It says martial arts. When you take the action, you can spend 1 key point to make this special twice as a bonus action. You can use this attack as any attack using the extra attack feature. So I could technically use an extra attack feature, but I can use it twice as a bonus action. One in first action, the second is bonus action. So let's go ahead and roll to hit these guys.
Arwen will just put the rapier on the floor and start throwing sling bullets at them until they get close enough.
All right, so
Alrighty.
we're gonna start off with Elliot doing his thing, but everyone else go ahead and roll initiative, like I said. Don't tell me what your numbers are yet. I will ask them. I will ask for them.
Okay, right here. I can hit this one, and I can hit this one. No, I can't move. Which one's? I can hit this one and this one. These both 30 feet. Okay. Roll a hit. It does. I'm trying to see. Okay, that's me. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
19 hits.
Okay. First attack. At this one. It's up
Which
to 30
one?
feet. So.
I have numbers written on all of
What
them.
number?
I think that's a 6, maybe? Yeah, it's 6. Damage. Ooh, max damage! That's 7 points of radiant damage.
We love to see it.
And then the next one, I'm gonna roll to hit, so I can do it twice. With just the 1 key point added to it. 12, 13, 15, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Does the 17 hit?
17 does hit.
Another one. Ooh, almost max damage. I'm gonna shoot the other one. Should hit the. I'm gonna hit the number 5 for 6 damage.
All right. So you don't. Okay. So you hit number 6 for how much?
Number 6 is 7, and then my the number 5 was 6 damage radiant. They're both radiant damage, so if that matters.
I like to do combats with pen and paper, so it always takes me a little longer to get it set up. But then it's
You're all
easier.
good.
It's so much easier to keep track of when it's on pen and paper than trying to use like.
So I did some good chip damage to both of them. So, and it's radiant if that matters. So.
All right, cool. Yes. So you do your 2 attacks on them, and you scorch them with your radiant damage. They don't seem like particularly like rocked by the radiant damage, as far as you can tell.
Yeah.
But it hurts them. But with that, we'll go ahead and do initiative orders. All right. Does anyone have? I'm basically gonna do it by number this time. I'm gonna be like, Do you have a 19 or a 20? Like that. So, does anybody have higher than 20?
Are we supposed to roll initiative right now?
Yeah. Well, now everyone roll initiative. Yeah.
That's going to be 16 plus 3, so 19 for Elliot.
All right, so
I could put
I'm
it in
going to
my
ask
number
for
if you want.
number ranges to keep it in order. So, does anyone have higher than a 20?
Nope.
All right,
I
19.
think we're clear.
Yes.
And that's Elliot. 18.
Sister
Yes.
Saklan?
Jin.
All right, which of you has the higher dex?
I have a
Probably
14 to my dex.
Sither. I have a 10.
All right. So Saklan and then Jin at 18. 17. 16. 15. 15 to 10.
I do. Garland.
What do you have, Garland?
Garland. I have 13.
Okay. Uh, 10 to 8.
Arwing has an 8.
And, alright, and that leaves... Who's left? Sorry, is that everybody?
That's,
Yes.
yeah.
Did somebody
Should be everybody.
Somebody had an unfortunate cat accident.
That's right, somebody did leave. Alright, I was like, that's not the right amount of people. Okay, cool. Alright, then we're good. We will
Do
start
we have
off...
somebody on standby?
If they're gonna come back, then I won't yet.
I'm assuming he'll probably come back. That's just his cat was being a shithead, so...
Yeah, I do have a quick question though for you, DiceDad.
Yeah.
Those who have their weapons lit on fire, how much extra would we add for fire
Okay,
damage?
so
Or...
that doesn't add extra fire damage. It just changes the damage type of your weapon to fire.
Oh, okay. Seems like some people are gonna get either a crossbow or a mace to the face on fire.
Mace to the face.
Mace to the face.
Alright, so we will go to the top of the
I've
initiative
had that
order.
done.
It is Elliot's turn.
Okay, so what I got here, I guess I'll move up to this guy right here. How much is that room? Let me measure for us.
Every square is 5 feet.
I can get to him. That's 30 feet. If I want to, like... I started to learn how to use Albert, actually. I got a little measure and everything.
Yeah, there's a measuring tool if you need to check how far...
Yep, I did. Okay. We'll go ahead and, punch this man. Punch the scarecrow man. Or
Alright,
woman.
Yes, you
Or it.
step up to this monstrous scarecrow that was sort of like standing there mocking what a scarecrow should look like, but there's no pole in its back, so it's just like standing there. Once you look up close, you see that it is stuffed with what appear to be bird feathers. Big black
That's not good.
feathers.
Alright. Roll my damage. Roll my hit, I guess.
Yeah, roll
Oh, that's gonna be a crit.
Okay.
So I punch this thing for since I got the fighting feat, my unarmed strikes are now D8 plus 3. So it's gonna be 8. You want me to take the max damage, right?
No, you
How you
roll
want to do
the damage and then double it.
Okay. We'll roll it. 4, so 8 damage.
8 damage.
Not very good. I really should stick with my own dice. And I'm going to go ahead and key point to Furia Blows.
Okay. Go ahead.
Furia Blows is bonus extra too. 17 to 17 hit.
A 17 does hit.
Flurry of Blows takes a key point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
At least I don't understand it right, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it does.
I thought Flurry of Blows
Oh,
was
no.
just a bonus action.
Yeah, it says
for an
after you
unarmed
take
strike.
an attack action on your turn, you can spend 1 key point to make 2 unarmed strike as a bonus action. So yeah, it takes a key point.
So you're both right. It is a bonus action and it is a key point.
The answer is
Well,
yes.
it says,
Okay, then.
damn.
14
We lost
plus
the party member.
5, so that's going to be 14, 15, 16, 17... 19?
19 hits.
Six points of damage.
Budavov left the party.
And then go
Took
ahead
a
for my
night back.
next attack.
Oops,
16 to
back.
16 hit.
A 16 hits.
Welcome back, Butidov.
It's gonna be 7, so 4. So you already took the 4 damage, right?
Yes.
So it's gonna be 6, 7, 8. 13 damage that one round. So 7 damage on the hit I just did. So
Yeah. All right.
and that is my turn.
Cool. That was quite
Did
a
13
turn.
damage.
All
I'm
right.
sorry.
Sister Sakrem, it is your turn.
God, how many hit points
All
does these things have?
Probably a lot. Alright, I'm gonna double check that my arrow is lit from my torch from on my crossbow. And I'm gonna take aim at number 5 and I'm going to try and shoot number 5 with my lit arrow.
All right. Sure.
Does a 18 hit.
An 18 hits.
Alright. So he will be taking 8 fire damage.
All right. And you said number 6? Which number? Sorry, I didn't hear
If
which
I'm-
number you said.
Number 5.
5. Okay.
Oh, so that was bludgeoning damage too. If that means anything.
As
And
you
that was-
fire the bolt, it like impacts right in the center of this scarecrow that you shot at, and you see that embers begin to smoke, and you see that like it looks like he might be catching fire. It is. Well, do you want to do a movement, or is that it?
That's gonna be my movement. That's gonna be my thing. I'm gonna keep by the cart.
Okay, cool. Next is Jin.
I'm going to move up to the first one. So right there. So I'm right next to it. And I'm gonna bonus action 2 weapon fight and attack with my hand axes.
All right. Go ahead.
Oh baby. 19 hits, right?
A 19 does hit. Yes.
Yeah.
And I got, oh, great. That's lovely. 5 slashing for the first hand axe. And now I will 5 slashing damage for the first hand axe. Oh, Jesus. Nat 1 plus 6 is 7.
All right. So as you swing your second axe, the scarecrow bats it out of the way, and as it does, it impacts against the knives that make up the scarecrow's fingers, and it like nicks your hand a little bit, and it like makes the sword fly out, or it makes your hand axe like fly out of your hand.
Oh, great. So it's got
Disarms
disarmed.
you. Yeah.
Luckily, I got fists.
They have
All right.
knives for their fingers?
They have
Yeah,
knives
Edward
for
Scissors.
fingers.
They're all named Edward.
Shut up.
Oh,
Great, we're fighting 6 Edwards. Alright, well, there goes a hand axe off in the distance.
Yeah, you see it fall into the flower field.
Know the feeling.
Okay. How far away do you think that hand axe went? About 5 feet?
Let me roll. It flew 12 feet away.
Great. I really deflected that.
12 feet, like, over here. So it's like falls, like, in this area.
Okay. Alrighty, well, yeah, that's,
Is that it for you?
that's it.
Alright, it is
Yep.
now the Scarecrow's turn. Alright, Is there movement? Alright. 5, 10, 20, 25, 50.
Oh, poor sister.
15, 20, 25.
I'm ready. I'm ready for pain. I've got 4 characters ready to go for this next time if this happens.
If you go down, you got 4 characters ready. What? Are they all moving? Is that just all of their turns?
I have them go all at once.
Yeah,
So I'm
they
going
all-
to move them, and then they'll do their attacks.
Oh, okay.
If there were different mobs, I would have them go at different initiatives, but I have all of the same type of thing go in one initiative.
Number 3's coming in for Elliot's booty.
Alright, we will start off with Elliot.
Yep. Deserve
Elliot,
that.
from behind, you hear
Mm-hmm.
a terrifying noise as this scarecrow opens its mouth and lets out this sort of like unnatural screaming sound. And you sort of like turn to look at it, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Not bad. Wisdom. Plus 2. That's gonna be a 14.
A 14 passes. And then I need you to, let's see. Alright, this one's going to attack.
Okay.
Alright, so number 3 did that, and then number 6 is going to attack.
Come at me, bro.
Does a 16 hit?
Barely, but yes, it does hit.
Alright, and does, so a 9 does not hit. Alright, so 16
No.
hits.
It's the damage.
You take 9 slashing damage, and I need you to make another wisdom saving throw.
God, these guys are not friendly. 9, another with them. Okay, damage is 9. Okay, wisdom saving throw. 18.
18 passes. Alright, cool. So now we will go to Sister Sakrem.
This man is just coming from my booty.
Let's do it.
Alright. As this scarecrow rushes through the flowers, unnaturally speedy, it comes right up to you and makes 2 claw attacks.
Ouch. All right.
Does a 19 hit.
Barely.
And 8 probably doesn't. So the 19,
8 sound.
you're going to take 7 slashing damage, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Alrighty.
This guy's
22.
got, like, enchanted knives or something?
Probably poisoned or
Alright,
something.
you passed the wisdom saving throw, but you did take the 7 slashing damage. Number 4 is going to attack Arwen.
However, I would like to use Warding Flame because I have one more use of that.
Sure.
And Warding Flame, within 30 feet of every creature, it will impose disadvantage on the attack rolls for them.
Alright, and you're centering it where? Is it
On me.
you? On you, okay.
Yeah, it's centered on me, so 30 feet around me.
Alright.
You got one for me?
you get all of them except for 1 and 6.
Yep. Sounds great. So they'll have to
you don't get 3 either.
Yeah, I don't get 3, but I've got the guys coming at us.
Yeah, you've got 4, 5, and 2. Cool.
Yep.
All right, so, and that's a yeah, we already determined that was a reaction. Cool.
Yep,
so,
it is a reaction.
All right, so 4 will make his attack at disadvantage. He is going to use the other thing. All right, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, Arwen.
That's not ominous at all.
Who?
Arwen, make a wisdom saving throw.
That's
you there,
a
Arwen?
4.
Oh, okay, cool. A 4. Ooh, a 4. Ooh, that's not cool. Okay.
That's not cool.
As the scarecrow turns to Arwen, you let off your bright flash, and it like sort of recoils from the flash, and then lets off that like terrifying sound again. And it succeeds, and you are now magically frightened. You have both the frightened status and the paralyzed status.
These things are not nice.
Paralyzed creature is incapacitated and can't move or speak. You automatically fail any strength or dex saving throws. Attacks against you have advantage. And if the thing attacking you is within 5 feet, it is an automatic critical hit.
Oh God, someone needs to help him out. Fuck.
Jeez.
Oh my God, Edward's scarecrow hands is going wild.
We should have just ran.
I don't know. I'm thinking about it.
I don't think we could have.
Can we not run from this? Probably too many of them.
You can try. All right. Number 2 is going to attack Garland. Garland, make a wisdom saving throw.
I think it would have been a lot worse. They would have ambushed us if we didn't stop to look.
9.
We would have got ambushed. So
What'd you get, Garland?
9.
9? Oh no, Garland, you are also now magically frightened. You have the frightened and the paralyzed status.
Morning wood, damn it.
What removes those? I don't know.
I already know what's coming. I'll roll it.
This are unique.
Wisdom saving throw, right?
Yes.
Okay. Please, for the love of God. Okay, that's a 13.
That passes.
Woo! That was about to be a 2.
The DC is a lot better than we thought it was. That's a good average DC.
That is a very good average DC.
I thought it would be way higher.
You got protection up?
Okay.
For those of you who got your frightened effects, those are in place until the end of the scarecrow's next turn, and you do not get an extra save at the start of your turn.
At least they go away.
What protection are you talking about? I'm gonna let you know. I have 1 spell slot, and then cantrips. You get 1.
All right.
Good or evil, that should get everybody.
No. Protection of good and evil is 1 willing creature.
I'm willing. I got lots.
I'm really not in a good place against these guys. I'm a bunch.
Yeah. He's flanked, and 2 people are frightened.
Strahd, you here?
Yep, I am. That was help.
Alright, so...
If Butrov is back, he might want to hop into this fight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Roll that initiative.
Roll an initiative, Butrov.
That is a 17.
17. All right.
Nice.
Cool. All right. So that is all of the scarecrows. So it is now Garland's turn, who is incapacitated. So basically, I don't think that. Well, let me just double check. But incapacitated.
Are you
can't
looking
take
at paralyzed?
actions.
I said.
Say a prayer.
Incapacitated creatures can't take actions or reactions. So you can't move because you're paralyzed and you're incapacitated. So yeah, your turn just goes by. You can't speak either. So Garland's turn is skipped, and Arwen's turn is also skipped because he's also magically feared. So we go back up to the top, and it is Elliot's turn.
So I'm gonna go ahead and punch the one in front of me.
All right.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
17 hits.
And then feature there. Where's my actions are there? Okay, that's good damage. So it's gonna be 8 points of damage to the one that's directly in front of me.
All right. He's still
How's
up.
he looking? Unbothered? Unbothered?
He doesn't look unbothered. You've like broken some pieces, some of the like wood. Like he looks like he's a little busted up. He's not looking so hot.
Let me look what I could do right now. I'm looking right now. I'm flanked at the moment, right?
You're not flanked yet.
So I'm gonna go ahead and actually use my my elf ability to Misty Step.
Sweet. All right, go for it. Where are you stepping?
Directly behind the 3.
All right. You disappear into the mist and reappear right behind the skeleton, or the not skeleton, the scarecrow. And do you have any other attacks, or is that it?
My Misty Step I use Misty Step action or bonus action?
Bonus action.
Okay, so bonus action I did my basic attack. Since I did hit, I could have kept left at the same target, but I moved to go set up for something else. So right now I have nothing at the moment.
Okay, cool. So
just putting myself in better.
You're just maneuvering yourself. Gotcha. All right. It is Sister Sakrem's turn.
Sounds great. Sister Sakrem, seeing the person in front of her, is just gonna lift up her flaming air bolt, and I'm gonna fire another crossbow bolt straight into its face.
All right.
That is going to be a 23 to hit. Does it?
23 hits, yeah.
Alright. That fell out of my thing.
Oh, when you are within 5 feet of the target that you're shooting with a ranged attack roll, I believe you are at disadvantage to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can roll again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are the scarecrows affected by the thing you threw earlier, sister?
They weren't. They are going to take disadvantage with their next attacks, yes.
Oh, okay.
That's persistent, or it's more than one turn?
I am not actually... It doesn't say, which is weird. I'm going to assume it's persistent, but it's D1. Impose disadvantage on the attack. I can use this feature 2 times during her long rest. I've already used both of them. I think it was to provoke disadvantage on my attack. I'm not sure.
It's only when something is attacking you.
Okay.
When something attacks you, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll.
Okay.
And you can use it a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier per long rest.
Okay.
Alright, so now we know.
Alright. Now we know. It's always good to find out. 16 with that crossbow.
16 also, it still hits.
Okay. And that's going to be 9 flaming damage, fire damage, and then I'm going to use my bonus action for 2 weapon fighting to stab it with my dagger.
So to do that, you need to be wielding a light weapon, or a finesse weapon, I believe.
Oh, and this doesn't count as a finesse weapon. Alright.
Yeah. Cool. So, but that's enough to kill it. So you shoot your bolt, like you hip fire your bolt, and it like hits the thing right in its open mouth as it's shrieking at you. And as it does, its head bursts into flame.
Nice. Okay, I'm gonna take take my movement to grab the arrows from it, and I'm gonna jump by Arwen to try and help him.
All right. Cool. So you get over to help Arwen, and with that, it is Jin's turn.
Okay, let's do this.
You got this.
Okay.
How much inspiration do I have, just in case if I'm gonna need it? Let's see. I have.
To all you cool people watching on the stream, just letting you know, we are very close to our goal to give away the next set of dice on the stream. If we can get 5 more followers, that will be enough for us to give out a set of dice. We've got some really cool glow-in-the-dark Chessex dice. They look awesome. So if you haven't followed yet, now would be a great time to give us a follow. And if you feel like it, it'd be really cool if you shared the stream link on your social media or something. Get a couple friends in here to follow so that we can give away some dice.
Thinking, how would I get you something that I want to donate to the server? DiceDad thinks.
Would there be a way that, like, are we going to be setting up a Patreon soon? Because that'd be super cool.
We are going to be setting up a Patreon soon, actually. For June, in June we're going to be premiering
I'm so excited.
our Patreon. We got some really cool stuff lined
Get
up
them
as
dice
patron,
dudes.
as patron tier rewards, including early signups for League Nights, which tonight would have been very nice for a couple of you, because I know a couple people missed out on games because they signed up a little too early. If you have the patron status, you can sign up for games a little earlier than everybody else. So just keep that in mind. We also have some really awesome physical swag we're going to be giving away.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think that unfollowing and then refollowing will do what needs to be done. I'm sorry, Harunkal.
Nope, it doesn't work like that. You lose a follower, you lose follower. It reduces the count.
I mean, you can be the 70th follower, but you won't be the 69th.
I do appreciate the sentiment behind it, though.
Okay.
All right, Jen, what do you got?
I think I've got the plan. So, I thought I had a battle axe, but I'm not sure where that went, so that plan died. So we're gonna bonus action 2 weapon fighting, and I'm gonna use a javelin.
All right. Love it.
As a melee weapon, and I'm gonna use the javelin and a hand axe. So I will swing with my javelin, or I'll, I guess, thrust with my javelin.
Don't say thrust.
You're gonna get us demonetized. You can't say thrust on the internet.
Go with yours.
Does an 18 hit? Does
an 18 hits as long as you don't thrust when you do it.
I'm king shaming.
I guess I'm okay. Never mind.
And
I
don't
was just
say
gonna roll.
penetrate either.
I was gonna say
Piercing's
smack,
good.
but that I was gonna say smack, but that's not.
It's not that much
Okay.
better.
8, you know.
Yeah.
8 damage.
8 damage. All right.
Yep.
All right, so you hit it, and you take a big chunk of feather and straw out of the middle of it. You poke a big hole in it.
Okay. Right. Hand axe time. Oh man. Does it 11 hit?
An 11 hits.
Oh, okay. Oh.
What do you do with your cat treats, kitty cat?
8 slashing.
All right. You bring your hand axe across this thing's burlap sack skin, and again, you open up a big hole, and feathers and beaks and talons start to spill out.
There are birds shoved inside of this thing?
There are whole ravens that have been crammed inside of this thing.
That's not ominous at all.
Oh, it's birds.
Whenever you realize this, Sister Sakrem, being sort of from Barovia or familiar with Barovia, that sends sort of a shiver down your spine because you know how bad of a thing it is to injure a raven.
Ravens are considered holy here, and they're stuffed full of them? Sacrilege. Heathens.
Isn't there the Raven Queen or something here?
There is a Raven Queen, but I don't think that she's here. She's a very good god. I would suggest if you don't want to follow the Morning Lord, you follow the Raven Queen.
All right.
Or Tyr.
Butrov.
Tyr's always an option.
Right, is it
Suddenly,
safe to assume I'm...
You are here.
I was sleeping in. Is it safe to assume I'm around the carriage?
Yeah, I will drop a token for you here.
Alright.
And just a heads up, Garlin and Arwen are both considered paralyzed and frightened. So any attack to them will be a crit.
Okay.
You are on the back of the cart.
Alrighty. Butrov is going to kind of pick up out of it, and I am going to cast Magic Missile at 2, 4, and 4, 2 on 2, and 1 on 4.
All right, sweet. Go for it.
Uh, 3, so 6 damage on 2, and 3 damage on 4.
All right, cool. As your impacts, or as your missiles impact the things, again, you just see like little tufts of feathers and things get like pummeled out of it. And with that, would you like to make a movement, or are you done after that? I guess your movement was getting out of the cart.
Yeah.
All right, cool. It is now the Scarecrow's turns. All right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. All right, Elliot, I apologize.
Oh, no.
As one of these scarecrows runs behind you, and they surround you. Number 6 is going to attack.
I'm gonna use inspiration to pose disadvantage.
All right, so that takes away his advantage.
I got 6 of them. Might as well start using them.
And he nat ones, so lucky. As he swipes his claws at you, you, in a moment of inspiration, duck down and spin a leg out, and you manage to trip him, and he falls over, and he messes up his attack.
I'm assuming I just do like a hip hop spin.
Yeah, you do like a breakdance thing. And now 3 is going to attack you. No longer with advantage because his buddy isn't really flanking you anymore. He's prone.
Nope.
But he still rolled a nat 19, so...
How many inspirations can I use in a round? I don't.
You can use as many of them as you want to use. If you want to
I'll make him re-roll.
Alright.
That's gonna bring me down to 4.
So we'll keep the nat 19. We'll roll a second one, and if it's lower, do it that one. 13 plus 3 is 16. Does a 16 hit?
Yes.
Still hits.
Worth a try.
Alright. And then a second attack is a 17, so both attacks hit you this time.
Okay.
Alright, so the first claw is 6 damage, and I need a wisdom save.
That's not too bad. If I can find my dice, I don't know what I do with them. Oh, it's over here. My cat eat at my dice. It's going to be a 15.
Alright, you passed. Go ahead and make another one as you take another 6 damage from the second claw attack.
That's going to be a 17 plus 2, so that's going to be a 19.
That passes. So yeah, you took a total of 12 slashing damage.
Okay.
It is now number 1's turn. It is just going to attack Jim.
Come at me, bro.
Does a 21 hit?
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Alright, and does a... Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Does a crit hit? Yes, it does.
Oh, poor reflection. I can't help you. I don't know if my inspirations could save. Are they? Is that the people that are like?
If you have inspiration, Jin, you can burn up one of it now to stop this from happening.
No, I have inspiration from a different DM in a different place,
Oh.
but I don't have inspiration here.
Tell me you've been in all of these games and you haven't gotten inspiration once?
I've never been voted for. I have never been
Y'all,
voted
vote for Jin. Give Jin some inspiration, y'all. All right.
Try to see if I can. Can I?
So
That's
this will
only.
be the
Oh,
crit.
inspiration only works when it gets me, I guess.
Oh, cool. I rolled low on the crit. So for 8 damage on the crit. And make a wisdom saving throw.
I almost healed myself. Hold on. 8 damage on that crit. Alright, wisdom saving throw. That is a... Oh, thank God. It slid across the whole screen on one number. Okay, 18.
That passes. You take 6 damage from the second attack and need to make another saving throw.
Yeah. That's the problem.
I'm glad that I'm a monk. I have good wisdom and dex. So.
Come on. Oh, hold on. The numbers are covering it. What is it? 6. Great.
All right. You don't have the frightened and paralyzed condition, but you now have the frightened condition.
Oh.
A frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of their fear is within line of sight, and you can't willingly move closer to the source of your fear.
Oh, that's perfect. I have an idea for that.
That's that Scarecrow's turn. Garland, this is gonna hurt, man. I have no kind words about this. This is just gonna hurt. Because you're incapacitated, he attacks with advantage, and his attack is an automatic crit. So as long as he doesn't miss, you're critted.
At 4 left. Okay.
Alright. Does a 15 hit?
No, it doesn't.
Garland's AC is like 18, I think, or something like that.
19.
Oh, I'm sorry, 19. That man was a tank.
Alright, and
Give Shield
the
of Faith as
13
you
does not hit either. Alright, so you're standing there just sort of like fear frozen on your face, and this thing like reaches with both of its hands, like all of its fingers are knives, and it just like tries to jab all 10 of its fingers into your torso. And as it does, it just like can't find any purchase through your armor. It just like doesn't find a way through. And it like pushes as hard as it can, and then whenever it realizes that it hasn't made it through and your fear effect ends, you see sort of a look of fear in its eyes.
He's like, what the fuck, this man's stat? Garland.
By Moradin.
Number 4 is going to do the same thing. Well, no, number 4 is going to attack Sister Sakram. That makes more sense.
Spell you should look into, Garland, is Shield of Faith. Your AC would go to 21 once you activate it.
Yeah, it's a good thing. All right.
Yes. I know, but I got scared and I couldn't use it. I was getting ready to.
All right.
I love Shield of Faith.
The first attack is a 22.
I haven't had
I'm
an
gonna
action
use
yet.
2 inspirations to make you re-roll both of them, please.
All right. Well, I don't know if the second one is hit yet. So the
Yeah,
first
I'm
attack is a
gonna
22.
and re-roll.
So we'll re-roll that one. It is now a 17.
That does not hit.
The second attack is a 21.
I'm gonna have that one re-rolled as well with my inspiration.
And is now a 6.
And those do not hit. Listen, I'm trying to save up, but I don't want to die.
We'll get it back. We have a long way to Strahd, so...
Like, sort of like by the skin of her teeth, Sister Sakura manages to like as she screams, like dive out of the way of a slash that goes right over her head, and then manage to move out of the way at one that was aimed at her torso. Not like skillfully, more just like out of desperation. She like does not get hit with these, but it works.
Shit like it was the bells.
She went miss me with that, and he did. And now that is all of them. I believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, because you already killed one. Cool. So that is all of them. It is now Garland's turn. Garland, you're no longer feared.
Aye. Number 2, you want to sit there and play with me, huh? I swing my water hammer, and I'll be having Searing Smite on it also. Oh, the 20 to hit.
That hits.
He only gets 3 bludgeoning damage. But let me go to my Searing Smite.
Searing Smite fire,
And
or is
I'm
it
gonna
radiant?
sit there. Radiant.
Okay.
It'd be really nice to have a
And that'll
Pantheon.
be 9 radiant damage.
9 radiant
And-
damage? Jeez.
Yes. Yeah, I use a 3rd level.
And how much was the bludgeoning damage? Was it 3?
3.
All right.
And
Your hammer glows, and as you swing it, this thing isn't dead, but you feel like the frame inside of it just like crack. It is like irreparably damaged, and you see it's now like sort of like leaning, like it's not able to stand up straight.
okay. Alrighty. And I can't cast another spell, can I?
No, that's the only one you can cast.
Because I had a bonus action, Healing Word.
Well,
Okay.
so Searing Smite is a bonus action, I believe. Isn't it? Like you make an attack roll, and then as a bonus action,
Yes,
you cast
yes,
Searing
it is.
Smite?
Yes.
Okay. All right, cool.
Yes, I weren't thinking.
So you got him though. Like he's not dead, but boy, he's not looking great. And now it is Arwen's turn, who is also no longer feared.
You're up, Arwen.
As a free action, I'll drop my slingshot, and as my object interaction, I'll pick up my rapier, and I will stab the scarecrow with booming blade.
All right, go for it.
Actions. This is a 21.
21 hits.
Okay. Okay. I will also use one spell slot to do as a divine smite.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
This is 4 plus. Oh my gosh, this is so. Total of 7.
7 damage.
Yeah, that's 4 fire and 3 radiant.
All right. So as the fire element of your thing, as you stab this thing, you kind of like Zorro up its burlap with your rapier. You see flame begin to like catch, and the burlap begin to curl and singe, and the feathers inside begin to smoke.
That's my turn.
All right, and it is back up to the top with Elliot.
Okay, so other one's prone's coup de rod at that moment, right?
He is prone.
Okay. We'll go ahead and first roll for the one that's in. Hit the one in front of me first. And the next one I'll use. That's going to be a 16 plus 5, so 22.
A 22 hits.
It's going to be 10 points of damage to the guy that's not prone, so.
To the guy that's not prone. All right. All right, cool. Yeah, you lash out. You take a big chunk out of it. The piece that you kicked like flies out of the sackcloth. You see like a big lump of like scarecrow meat, like fall onto the ground. And now he's like sort of like lopsided.
Trying to see. And I'm gonna go ahead and bonus action hit the one that is proned. It's okay. Do I Fury Blows this guy? I think I will. Here's my last key point to Fury Blow the one that is prone.
All right.
So I get 2 additional hits on him. Is he prone? So see if we roll to hit that laying down target.
You have
17.
advantage to hit him.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to put that. That's better. That's going to be a 20.
20 hits.
And that's going to be a crit. It was a natural 20. So it would be 25.
Damage?
I'm going to roll it right now. Where's my action? 9, so it's going to be 18 points of damage.
Alright, so you like roundhouse kick 3 and like kick a chunk of it out. And then as you finish your roundhouse kick, you like stomp really hard on the head of the scarecrow on the ground. And as you do, you see sort of like brains and feathers and just like gunk squeeze out of the head as it like twitches and then dies.
Okay, so I still Fear Blow, so I can hit for one more time, so I guess I'll go back. Can I go back to hit the 3 or no?
Yeah, you can. That's fine.
Okay. So I got there. It's going to be 15 plus 5, so dirty 20 to hit.
That hits.
Roll damage. That's going to be 10 points of damage.
All right. Watch out for this monk, y'all.
It's still up? Holy crap, that thing's gnarly.
All right. Cool.
God, that thing's still alive, isn't he?
He is still alive.
Oh, God.
It is now Sister Sakram's turn.
Yeah. This is gonna be fun. Alright, let's do another crossbow. I'm gonna cock it. Wait, no. Screw that. I'm gonna mace him in the fucking knees. I'm gonna smack him with a mace to the knees.
Mace to the face.
No, mace to the knees. I'm short.
Alright, make your attack.
Dirty 20.
That hits.
Alright. I just had that. I did. Alright. And that is going to be for 5 points of damage. That I believe is, yeah, bludgeoning. And then I'm gonna go at him again with my still burning dagger. For 2 weapon fighting.
Was your dagger lit too? I thought it was your crossbow.
I lit it. You know what? I don't want to light it from the crossbow bolt, so yeah, it's not lit.
Okay, cool.
So it'll just be for piercing.
Sweet.
And it does a 16 hit.
A 16 hits.
Cool. Don't jump out. So rude.
What level can I start tripping people? I think that's like level
For
5. I
6
start
damage.
getting
6
other
piercing.
abilities too.
How much?
6.
16. Okay.
He's a pacifist.
All right. And do you have any other actions, or is that it?
That's mine. I can't move without getting opportunity of attack, so.
All right, Jin, it is your turn.
Right. So, I am forced to take an opportunity attack and run away from this thing, since I'm frightened. So, I'm going to take a free action to make a high-pitched scream like a little girl and run away from it.
You mimic
and
its scream.
Would you like to take
Yeah,
the
I
disengage action?
Yeah. I mimic its scream like a little girl. And then I'm gonna try to break line of sight and hide around the carriage with all my action.
Yeah, if you do the disengage, it shouldn't provoke opportunity of attack.
Oh, I can do that?
Yeah,
Yes,
you can disengage at any time.
It just takes your action to do.
Yep.
Okay,
What
I
do
will
you do?
disengage and then scream like a little girl
You're
and
running.
run away from him and break line of sight. Can I do that? Is there like enough space between Sister and Arwen in the carriage?
You can just like dive into the back of the carriage and break line of sight.
Yeah, we're not in the
Okay,
carriage.
I'll dive into the carriage and just sit there sucking my thumb like a baby. He spooked me, scared me.
All right. It is now Butrov's turn.
All right, Butrov is going. Oh, that's the pointer. Butrov's going to take a step forward, and that's not a step. It is going to cast Burning Hands on one. I need a DC 12 dex save. It's not that hard to pass.
He does not pass.
8 damage, and that is my turn.
That was on 4.
Was that on 4 or
Which
1?
one?
Because
Sorry, that
4
was
is
on
almost
1.
1? Okay.
1, yeah.
It was 4.
Did you say 8 damage?
Yeah, I don't think I could have reached 1. Or 4, yeah. 8 damage, 8 fire.
Alright. Cool. And after your turn, but before the Scarecrow's turn, you all suddenly hear more wolf howls. Just like you heard earlier in the woods. These ones
Oh, come
sound
on.
very close.
Lord.
It is definitely doubly not good.
It might be better if we just go.
We're kind of finish these. At least finish some of the guys off.
Just a second. Now the Scarecrows are going to take their turns.
No. We have more coming for us.
Yeah, we might want to get on the cart and go. Step on the gas.
Easier said than done at the moment.
Jen will just run to the run to the front of the carriage and go without everyone be like, bye.
As long as you have Anita, that's all that matters.
Yeah. I just had a precognition on being very mortal as a level 1 wizard.
Stick with the
well
cleric.
within stabbing range.
Wait, don't stick with the cleric. The cleric's almost dead.
Okay,
You're going back.
alright, these Scarecrows are going to go. Number 3. As the wolf howls sound, you see that the Scarecrow suddenly, like, looks up and around. And it looks back at you, Elliot. And...
Hey, how's it going?
I need you to
Handsome thing.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw as it tries to get you with the thing again.
That's gonna be a 15.
And
You're
you
off
pass.
then.
It does not get you. Garland.
Some hills would be nice, not gonna lie.
Yes, sir.
Make a wisdom saving throw, please.
I have 1 healing spell. I mean, I've got other healing spells. I have
Okay.
1 spell.
And I want to use my favored by the gods. With once per short rest, like if I fail a saving throw or miss with an attack roll, I can roll 2d4 and add it to my total.
Okay. I would use that.
$13.
13 passes. Barely, but it passes. Alright, you, as it screams in your face again, you can kind of like feel the hairs on your neck stand on end, and you can feel your knees begin to knock. But you remember that you have Moradin on your side, and this thing, Moradin, is much bigger than this Scarecrow. I mean, unless you count him as like regular dwarf sized.
Thank you. Nah. He is the creator.
Philosophically speaking, he is much greater than this scarecrow. So you are not scared. Number 1 is going to move up and attack Butrov.
Mm-hmm.
Does a 6 hit?
No. Thank
All right.
God it doesn't.
Does a 5? No, it doesn't hit. Boy, howdy. He missed both. As the scarecrow lunges at you, you see that it looks like it's getting more desperate as it heard the sound as well. So it looks like it's trying to like finish what it started. And as it like swipes out with its claws, it's sloppy, and you manage to easily dodge both. Number 4, however, is going to attack Sister Sakram.
Why can't you just make the girl feared?
I roll for it.
I'm coming. I can't run away quite yet, Sister. I'm going to help you out.
Does a 17 hit?
No.
And it's a second attack. That is a 22.
That hits.
That hits.
Nat 20 crit.
That was not a crit.
Would have
Probably
been
got
pretty
+3 or
bad
4
if
to
it
hit.
was.
Got my
You
good.
take 8 damage.
Sister Sakrem is down.
Okay.
You see the
Not
scarecrow
for long.
loom
Sister.
over Sister Sakrem, and it just jabs. Like it swings with one and it misses, and then it just jabs her in the gut right as she dodges. You see it kind of like holds it there for a second, and then it twists its fingers and rips them back out. And you see Sister Sakrem fall to her knees.
Not so good, my friend.
It is now Garland's turn.
I, a piece of shite. You sit there and hit the nun. I swing at number 2 with my water hammer.
Wait, am I
You don't have a
did
warhammer
it
anymore,
just-
Garland.
Oh,
Do
he
you?
did the ritual in the back car.
Did you hear me?
He used his ritual.
Oh, you got it back? Okay, I didn't hear that's what your ritual did. Okay,
He was
cool,
ritualing
yeah.
as he was in the back seat before he took his little
Gotcha.
nap.
I thought the ritual was for his mount. Sorry, I didn't actually hear what the ritual was. So it was like, yeah, cool, you can do your mount thing. You can do your class thing, sir. No, okay, that makes more sense. All right, yeah, you've got your weapon back. Cool, go ahead, make your attack.
14 to hit.
14
Number
hits.
2. Oh no, I only did 8 damage to him. Bludgeoning.
All right.
But I want to
Hit it.
use my bonus act. Okay.
No, go ahead. It's not dead. I was saying you hit it.
What it? Okay. With my bonus action, I'm using a 2nd level spell. I look over to Sisters and I cast Healing Word.
All right. Cool. How many HP does that give her back?
7.7.
Oh, thank the morning lord.
All right. You are on the ground, Sister Sakram, but you are awake with 7 HP.
Ew.
Martin can heal.
All right. And with that, it is Arwen's turn.
Okay, Arwen will try to Booming Blade again.
The fight that you're having with Nami about sacrifice.
This is 15.
You said 15? Yeah, 15 hits.
How hard does it look?
Let's see, number 4. It looks rough. It's not looking like it. You see that the burlap sack is sort of like limp and like hanging in some places where you've knocked its stuffing out. Like the wood pieces that make up its like limbs are broken in a few places, so it's sort of walking funny.
Okay. I dealt 5 damage. And
All right.
I will use a Divine Smite.
All right, cool.
Okay. Okay, this is 5 fire and 14 radiant.
All right. So as you swing your weapon, I guess you stab with your weapon. As you lunge with your weapon, you see the fire on the blade ignite as it stabs through the torso of the scarecrow. And you sort of like whip your blade around inside of it, and you spread the fire all around. And as you pull your blade back out, you see that the structural integrity is gone out of the thing, and it sort of just like falls to pieces with a shriek.
Excellent. Okay, Arwen will move in front of the one who is with Butruff.
Oh, thank God.
I'll take care of you, buddy. And that ends Arwen's turn.
All right, Elliot, your turn.
Alrighty then, I'm gonna go ahead and punch this guy again. Hopefully he dies this time. He is the tankiest out of all of them, it seems like. 16 plus 5, so 21.
That hits.
Please die, like a good little scarecrow. Okay, let's get another 10 points of damage.
He's still up, but he's not looking
What is
very good.
wrong with this thing? This thing's like freaking absurd. The other down one went down easy.
Might have resistance to bludgeoning.
Might be.
Possibility.
Well, just regular bonus action to go punch this thing. No bonus this time.
All right, punch away.
A D8. Does a 15 hit?
15 hits.
And regular D8. 5 points of damage.
All right. As you've just been pummeling this thing, finally you just like punch right where the heart would be in one of these things, and you are surprised when like you find something there, and as you rip it out, you feel like the like strings breaking, like things snapping, and as you pull this thing out, you reveal a raven's heart that has been pierced with multiple needles and thread that you've ripped out of the thing, and you squish it in your hands. And as you do, the thing writhes in pain and then falls to pieces.
Cool.
I'll go after that. I can use my normal move right now since this thing's dead.
Yes.
I'll go ahead and get next to Garland, and that is my movement. 40 feet. I think that was already here. So let's see. Yeah, I can get there. Alrighty then. That is my turn.
All right, Sister Sakrem. You are prone.
Oh, I'm prone? Okay, I'm gonna use my movement to get up.
All right.
Is that how it works, or do I have to use my action?
It's you use half of your movement to get to your feet.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get up. I'm gonna get on top of the cart, and I'm gonna ready
I'll
my...
go to the cart.
Hi! I'm gonna ready my crossbow, and I'm going to fire one bolt at number 2.
Okay.
Fire.
Go ahead.
Does a 23 hit?
A 23 does hit.
And then it's going to go for 7 fire damage. And would I be able to use my bonus action for two-handed fighting to throw my dagger at
Like we
Like,
said,
what
since
number?
your crossbow isn't a finesse weapon, you can't do that.
Right. Okay. Okay.
But that attack is enough to kill this thing. So as you fire this bolt, you see it catches it right in the chest, and as the bolt punches out the other side, you see it's got that gross little raven heart attached to the end of it that you've impaled, and this thing falls to pieces.
Yeah, there's. Yeah, and Sister Sakrem's just gonna fall to the reins and just hold on. She's ready.
All right, Jin, it's your turn.
Sister Sakrum is gonna hear a deep, ugly, orcish cry coming from the carriage as Jin is sitting back there sucking his thumb and crying.
Her tail just wraps around him, and she just gently pats his shoulder. It's all right. They're there.
And then he has a moment of inspiration. Am I still frightened by this thing?
At the end of your turn, you can make another save to break out of the fear.
Oh, great! I'm still frightened. Okay. So I can't attack it if I'm in its line of sight, right?
Right. If you are looking at it, you have disadvantage to attacks and saving throws.
You can attack, you just have disadvantage.
Unless
you
you have
also
blind fighting,
can't willingly
then you
move closer to it.
You can attack
Alright.
from far if you have something that attacks from the distance.
Can I
That
give him
is
my
true.
crossbow?
Sure.
Yeah. Here, why don't you shoot the mean bee? And she's gonna hand you a crossbow that's currently locked with a flaming arrow.
Jin's gonna stare at it and have a moment of inspiration, and he's going to get out of the cart and get on top of it like Sister Sakrim did. And I'm gonna shoot at number 1.
Did he get my hit DC or no?
It would be he has to make an attack roll with it.
Okay.
This would be a ranged attack roll.
I don't roll with disadvantage, right?
No.
You have disadvantage.
No, you do because it's in line of sight. So yes.
Okay, hold
The
on.
only way you could get around fear is if you have blind fighting.
Yeah, just close your eyes.
And blind fighting is a cool
Not
feat because
disadvantage.
if you are feared by something, you could totally just close your eyes and still punch the target.
Okay, then I will re-roll 2d20s and take the lower one.
You can also right-click on your thing. You can right-click and hit disadvantage.
Oh yeah, true. Okay, an 11, and I don't know what that... Can I just add a +6 to it? Would it be a strength weapon?
It's ranged.
Dexterity.
So yeah, you add your dex bonus
Right.
to it.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, no, that's just an 11.
An 11 hits.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
And
All
so,
right.
If I'm correct, it's a 1d8 plus 2. Turban, I think.
That is max damage.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, it's not. Sorry, that's a 6. I thought that I thought it was a
It's
9, and
over.
I was like, wait, why is it a 9 on a D8? And
We've all been there.
okay, that's an unnatural max damage, I guess. So that does 8.
Eight fire damage, I guess.
8 fire damage.
8 fire damage. Just had a moment of inspiration. It's like I need to be a man, and I'm gonna shoot it.
All right, you blast this thing right in the forehead, and as you do, you see that the head bursts into flames, and it dies.
Oh,
Thank God. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's get the hell out of here.
No, we're still in initiative.
God.
Butrov, what would you like to do
what?
on your turn?
Oh. Okay.
Oh yeah, we. Oh
I'm
God.
getting to that carriage. Yeah.
All right, as Butrov scrambles into the carriage, you hear another howl followed by
do
several
it.
more howls.
Get the hell out of here. I'm gonna go ahead and like get next to the carriage, I guess.
And out of the fog,
Beautiful.
Ooh.
Some hills would be nice.
This is hilarious.
Cool.
Before the game, we were all talking about how fast we have to get to the next city and the
Well, I
next
mean,
place.
traveling
and
dark
stuff.
is a risky game, so
Yeah.
we're gonna get XP though,
Yeah.
which is nice, I guess.
What is that? There's a dude?
It's a
That's a
huntress.
whole ass man.
you see
Oh my God.
4 wolves close in on your party from basically all sides. These are huge wolves.
Terrible.
They growl and are sort of like slowly moving themselves around you. And you see out of the fog from the road steps a huge hulking man wearing thick furs.
How you doing, big boy?
And you see that he sort of gives you all a menacing glare. And he says, "All right, you best be handing over any valuables you have, as well as the horse."
I mean, honestly, like, I ask him, if we hand over your values, you'll let us go?
He says, "As long as you give us everything you have, and your horse, I see
Insight,
no
I guess?
reason why you need to die tonight."
I mean, what's insight? Should I roll insight check on this man if he's actually gonna let
See
us
if
go
he's
if we give
lying.
him his stuff?
Go ahead,
Yeah.
roll
Can I
insight.
say something real quick? Can Garland say something real quick?
Yes.
By Moradin, I challenge you to one-on-one. To step away.
Oh my god, I would just give him valuables.
He gets the biggest smile on his face. And he says, "Sport, boys! Did you hear that? Sport!" And you hear the wolves
Why,
begin to
Garland?
howl. And
There,
almost
please.
laugh. It's weird. They're like,
It was a 17 on my insight check to see if he was lying or not.
he is straight up lying.
Of course not. I figured as much. What's the fucking hell? Okay.
I was going to say I'll hand you one of these and run at him, but Garland wants to take him on.
Arlen.
All right. He says, "I'll take you on, but my buddies are gonna watch over your companions to make sure that they don't do any funny business." And he whistles, and as he does, you see the 4 wolves close in on the party. And as they do, they're kind of like snapping at your heels, and like swiping at you with their claws, like corralling you into the cart.
I'm gonna throw one of them a ration. Just gently. Just
I'm
like a-
handling the.
Here.
It like bounces off of his head and lands on
I
the
tell
ground.
him,
I'm so sorry.
if I
Piss
win
things off,
or
sister.
make you submit, I tell the man, if I win or you submit, you sit there and call down your wolves. They will not attack us.
He laughs in your face, like loudly, like ha ha, like he laughs in your face, and he says, "Very well. If you can make me submit, I will call off my pack."
At this case. So they're just gonna stare at us, these wolves?
They're not attacking. They're if you like move away from the cart, and they like bite at you.
So Elliot's gonna sit on the floor in freaking trance.
Jolene's just gonna be hugging Irina before looking at Garland and says, "Garland, are you sure about this?"
You got some kind of bless you can toss on me real quick?
And she gives you
Sadly,
a very
no.
sweet smile. "I can only give you what the Morning Lord provides to me." And I'm gonna.
She's at his.
Nope. Can I do a sleight of hand check to see if I can cast Shield of Faith without him noticing?
You can't quietly cast Shield of Faith. Like it's a glowing, it's like a
Yes.
glowing spell.
Just let him
Nah. Then
fight it,
nah.
I guess. I'm gonna use these opportunity of these wolves, and I'm gonna go ahead and trans
Alrighty.
DiceDad to get a short rest in.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
get a short rest in as
I'm
well.
gonna sit there and
Well, it's an
meditate.
hour. You can, if this takes an hour,
Okay.
sure. You all
I'm gonna
kick
sit
back
there.
and watch the fight.
Arwen will slowly pick up the sling he threw on the floor and get close to the carriage.
All right. Are you trying to like
Sakura is
stealthily
going
pick it up,
to-
or are you just like moving slowly?
Just kneel a little bit and pick it up from the floor.
Okay. Are you trying to like do it without them seeing? Is what I'm asking.
Ideally, I don't want to provoke them. I just don't want to look threatening to the wolves.
All right,
I just
give me a sleight of hand
Well-
check.
okay.
Not religious, Garland, but you got this.
It's funny. Ellie's just gonna sit, lay his back against the cart, light a cigarette, and just relax.
This
you
is y'all's
see
time
that
to
he
drink a
has,
healing
like-
potion. I'm
so-
trying to.
That is a 17 sleight of hand.
Okay. He does not see you pick it up.
All right.
With what healing potions? We got no healing potions.
Alright.
We used them all already.
We have a
Ready.
paladin if
So,
somebody needs healing.
Garland, you see that this guy, he is wearing like hide armor, and he's got 2 huge spears and a bow on his back. You see that he takes his weapons and he throws them on the ground.
Grapple
and
check.
he says, "If we're gonna do this, we're going to do it like nature intended."
I don't want to see
Lather
any
himself in
magic.
oil.
Ew.
Oh, he
Lather
was friggin'
himself in
through
oil.
it.
We wrestled him, boy.
Garland will
no.
wrangle him up.
Do you
Mr.
throw your
Tucker.
weapon down, Garland?
Yes, I do, but not my shield. My shield I can use to fight.
When you keep the shield, you see
No.
he smiles and he laughs and he says, "So you're a coward."
Easy for the monk. I think.
Nah, not a coward, but a smart fighter.
It's
all
just
right.
a shield. Are you worried?
So, I sit there and smile at him. And I swing a punch.
All right, so we're going to do, like I said, we're still in the initiative order, and his initiative is higher
I just
than yours
realized
in the
this is
order.
a.
So he
I
is
just
actually
realized
going
this
to
is
be
a
taking the
dwarf
first
fighting a
action.
hulking man.
It's David
So
and
what
Goliath. He
more
meant
like what
wrestling.
happens is you are standing here at the ready, and he says, "All right, go!" And as soon as he says go, he's on you. Like he lurches forward, and he is going to make a grapple check.
Okay, so that's a dexterity save.
No, it is. He's
Or
making an
strength save.
athletics check against your AC.
Oh, okay.
And that is a. That is a 21.
He's got me. And I smile as he grapples me.
All right, yeah, he like rushes forward, tackles you like Edge in WWE. He like spears you to the ground, and then he like he doesn't get to attack yet because he spent his turn grappling, but like he's got a hand up raised, like he's getting ready to like bring it down, and it is your turn.
Alrighty, he's got me. He's holding me. And I'm touching him, right?
Yes.
Because he's grappled me. So I'm inflicting wounds on his ass.
Oh.
And he's taken 11. 11 necrotic damage.
11 necrotic.
Because it's a touch. It doesn't matter.
Ooh, Garland!
Sister Sakura
as you
has
see
little
bolts
flags.
of black lightning arc their way across his body, like jumping from like his arms to his legs. He lets out a roar of pain, and his jaws then like clench. But he didn't die or anything. He says, "Oh, so you're a mage. Double coward."
Nah, I'm a cleric of Moradin.
I tell Arlen as I'm just smoking relaxed and taking my little trash short last, like, you can always tag me in.
I still have everyone's initiative orders, so if anyone ever wants to try to do something, let me know, because your initiatives are all still here. All right.
I mean, for me, I could just second wind.
Me and Sister got flags. We're waving Garland on.
Sister Sakura has made like knit flags with Garland's colors, and she's just waving them.
All right.
So Sister, she's converting to Moradin.
No, Morning Lord is always the best. Second is Ilmater, and maybe yours. We'll have to discuss religion but one time. Oh, watch out!
I think this would have been better for...
Guys, I know the hunter said no funny business.
He,
I think this is the perfect time to do funny business.
He smiles and he says, "If you're going to cheat, then I guess I get to play dirty as well." And as he does, you see that his face begins to ripple and change. As you see his nose elongates and huge fangs protrude from his mouth.
You fucked.
He grows thick tufts of black hair as his limbs elongate into huge claws, and he roars as he has taken his hybrid werewolf form.
I think this is the werewolf den without being in the werewolf den.
I think this is.
So is that his action?
No. No, yes, that is his action. So he can't do anything else this turn.
Alrighty.
Go ahead.
Would Sister Sakura know anything
Well,
about
if he's
werewolf
still...
flesh? Shout out.
And then, if we're playing like that, I need him to make a dexterity saving throw of 12.
He is going to fail it because he's grappling you. He's not going to try to.
And he takes only 1 damage of Sacred Flame, of radiant damage.
You singe some of his hairs, and he snarls.
Good job, Garland!
Does anybody have any silver?
Does it make it hill?
Oh!
Arwen wants to scream to try to distract the guy whenever he's gonna attack Garland.
Can we use our actions to help? Because that is one of our things. Can we help?
So like I said, you all are still in the initiative order, so if you want to use your turns for things, just let me know you want to do something.
Yeah,
We're
I'm
gonna
gonna use
help.
my turn to help.
All right, so that was
To
Garland's
try to
turn.
distract him.
Arwen is next in the order.
Yeah, Arwen will try to scream or yell to distract him, to distract the guy, to help Garland.
All right, give me, I guess, would this be intimidation? Deception? Deception?
It'd be a deception if he's trying to scream to get his attention.
Deception. All right, yeah, give me a deception roll.
Okay.
Do we not? Is it Garland our only healer? I'm just curious.
Garland and
Hi,
Sister
it's
Sakura
Sakura.
both have heals.
Yeah, I just have 1 slot left, so I've been trying to save that.
Well, I'm at 13 HP, so I need second wind, I guess,
I'm
myself
good.
on my turn.
All right, so what is
Arwen got 12.
12? All right. As you call or you scream at the wolf, are you saying anything in particular, or are you just like shouting?
Yeah, I'm like, come on, you cannot hit Garland. You suck, or something like that.
Yeah, he seems like his temper flares up, as he like turns towards you, and like he can still talk in his hybrid form, but it's like a snarling wolfy talk, and he's like, "Shut up, you!" It is now Elliot's turn. If Elliot would like to help,
I'm just gonna second wind myself. Because I need top of me. I'm at like 13 HP, and I have a 34 health full.
Alright, cool. So you second win, Sister Sakura.
I'm gonna help.
And I'm still
as well.
trying to trance at this moment too, but...
I'm gonna help as well, so I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna yell at him. You don't want to fight us, honestly. Do you really think that a monastery group has anything? And can I roll persuasion for that?
Yes, at disadvantage.
10.
Where's my
It's
other
like
dice? No 10 dice. We're using you.
So 10 points damage back to my health pool. It's not
I have an idea, and I'm sure you guys might hate me for it.
26 HP.
What's your idea?
I've already heard it.
Okay, that is a 8. That's a 19 or an 18. I rolled a 15 and a 14.
I'm all burned.
And I get a +4. So.
Never mind. He might. What is
No,
that?
it's an 18.
Oh, that is the same guy. I thought something else came in.
He became a werewolf.
No, he became a werewolf. 18.
I'm just gonna relax as this all like.
Alright. And that was to persuade.
Persuade him. We have nothing. We're monks. We're holy men. I mean, they have a nun.
He calls over and he says, "Search them, boys! I'll take care of this!"
The wolves are gonna search us?
Okay. I kind of just dropped my stuff in front of him. Everything I have in my pockets.
I mean, literally all that we've got is just adventure. It's just our gear. And she'll show that. It's just... She'll show them her bag full of her stuff. It's just full of monastery goods. You know, incense, cleansers, some clothes and a water skin, and her weapons.
All right. After he says that, well, they'll on his turn they'll do this because they will be transforming on his turn. All right. So, Jin, do you have something you'd like to do?
Okay, my idea, I was going to take the carriage and I was gonna try to ram him with it.
No, I have... Not my horse. Not the horse. Not with our only mode of transportation.
I'm doing like a Tokyo drift and drift the carriage into him.
You also run the risk of hurting Garland.
You ain't going to get no horse to roll. You ain't going to get no horse to run towards that either.
Yeah, it might be best to help her hide some of your stuff.
Or start patching your own guys' wounds.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to like help Garland out.
What I'm trying to do, Kev, give y'all time to patch each other up. That's what I'm trying to do. Call out time for y'all.
Yeah, what are y'all gonna do? As these guys all start to shift and you realize that these other wolves are not wolves, that they are also in fact werewolves, in your minds, like the math has to be like going off in your characters' minds. Is all I'm saying.
we can give them what we want. I mean, if they want it, they want it.
So, Jin, what are you doing then?
Okay, hold on.
We're so attached to their gear, we can get new gear later.
Can we?
Oh no, Garland's loving this.
My reliquary, my dude.
You gotta realize Elliot's laid back, and he's also like a warrior, so he just
By
like
Marlin,
soldiers
by
from like
Moradin
items or items.
and Tempest.
Okay, so actions.
I'm going to. What I'm going to do is I am going to take. I'm going to light a torch, and I'm going to try to get them back.
All right. You light a torch and you kind of like thrust it at them. And as you're like thrusting at one, the other one will be like laughing at you, and he'll like swipe out at you. And like they seem to not. They don't really seem too intimidated by it. And it is Butrov's turn.
Butrov is gonna kind of yell out to Garland, "Hey, does our dwarven honor extend to 5 werewolves?" Because I think it'd be faster if we just run. And I'm going to hold. Wi-Fi cut out. I'm just going to hold my action firebolt. If it doesn't extend, I'm going to attack the one in the far left with that. But that's my turn.
All right. It is now the wolves' turns, and now is the time that they're all going to transform. So you see that these 4 wolves were already starting to transform, but they complete their transformations during this turn. They still have movements, though, after that. So after they complete their transformations, they come up and they are going to start searching you guys and the cart. They're, like, grabbing your bags, like, ripping open saddlebags.
As soon as I threw my stuff in front of me, by the way, all my stuff that was on me.
All right. Is anyone... So everyone, go ahead and tell me now if you're complying with their order to, like, throw all your stuff down.
Gear's gear to me. I don't really need it.
Yeah, I'm complying to the
We're
order.
just asking to show that we don't have much, right?
They also
literally
said to
have
give you
nothing.
all of their things. So, like, it's okay if you have nothing, but I'm just saying who is complying versus who is trying to, like, hide.
Elliot's complying because I really don't need my gear.
I'm complying as well.
Sister
Butrov
Sakram
is-
is complying, but she's holding back her reliquary. She's holding her.
Okay, so
her
Sister
armor.
Sakram, give me a sleight of hand check to hide
no,
your
she's
reliquary.
gonna show it. She's gonna show it and say, "This is holy to me. Please be careful with it," and set it in front of her. Like she's holding it, but it's like, please don't hurt it. The poor girl is
He
shaking.
does not seem to care as he, like,
Here's
grabs
my
all
stuff
of the
in front of
things
me.
and just, like, bundles them all up and throws them in a big pile away from the cart.
I'm going to drop I'm going to give everything I have to the werewolves.
Hey, but what happened with the duel?
It's still happening. This is all out of initiative. Well, it's not out of initiative order. On their turn, these wolves and him are doing their things. So I'll do what's going on with him and Garland in a second. But they're taking all of your things, and I'm just asking if you're willingly giving your things to them as they're taking them.
Okay. Well, Arwen will show his backpack.
All right, they just take your backpack. Like they take everything that you guys have. They leave you with your clothes. If you're complying, remove everything from your character sheets that is not clothing.
I did. I already did. I'm
Or
whatever with
something
it.
that you're trying to hide from them, in which case you need to make a sleight of hand check to hide
Backpack's
it.
gone.
My
My
How
gold's
would I be able to
gone.
hide my
I'm gonna make a.
my armor?
It would
I
be
mean,
like
my
in your
armor is technically-
clothes.
It's underneath all my clothes, underneath my habit.
I would say you could, like, pull your clothes up tighter around you or something to try to hide them.
I mean, it's over it. Like her habit is over her scale mail, so it's hidden underneath her.
Okay, well,
clothes, and
he's
her
gonna
clothes
make
are
a.
heavy.
He's still gonna, like, search you. So, do you want to try to, like, do a thing to? I'm saying
Yeah.
you can try to hide that you're wearing the armor better.
I'm gonna adjust my belt that has one of my holy symbols on it.
Okay,
to
all my gold's
tighten
gone
it
too.
down.
Can I make a sleight of hand to hide my gold?
Yes, everyone can try to hide one thing.
I'll do the whole.
I'm gonna make a
hiding
sleight of
thing.
hand to hide my spell book.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Oh my god, it cocked. No!
That is a 6.
16 for my armor check.
Well, bye-bye my platinum.
All right,
We're
yours
still-
on you, Arwen, got a 6 to search you.
Arwen will try to persuade them to leave the holy symbols and weapons at least.
You can make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Okay.
My little bag's in front of me, DiceDad.
Okay.
So indicated the bag.
I'm gonna go ahead and do the guy's attack on Garland, though.
I had so much gold on me. Come on.
This is a 17.
All right. He says, "Your gods are meaningless in Barovia. Throw your holy symbols down."
All right.
All right. He makes one
It's just
attack
like,
with
fuck
his
this.
bite and one with his claws. All right. So the bite, he's advantage because he's prone. Does an 18 hit, Garland?
No, it doesn't.
All right, he goes to bite you, and you like move your head out of the way, and he gets like a mouthful of dirt, and he brings his claw up to hit, and that is a 21. Does that hit?
That hit. Yes.
All right. You take 8 slashing damage as he rakes across your torso and face like one long drag. It leaves like scratch marks in your armor and leaves 3 huge gashes across your face.
Hell yeah, scarring for the plot.
Alrighty.
All right.
I look at him and smile with a.
Just a second. That's all he gets to do. So it is your turn, Garland.
I look at him and smile with a gleam in my eye, and I said, "Your mother sleeps with orcs, and she likes it."
Sister Sakrem covers Jin's ears and goes,
"There's
"What's
orcs
wrong
in the
with
party."
orcs? There are orcs here. How rude.
I just turn around. What do you say?
He's half orc, so his mother, his father was an orc, so, you know.
All right. Yeah, so you do that.
And then I cast. I need him to sit there and cast a wisdom saving throw.
He got a 5.
He failed, and he's missing 8 hit points. So
Yeah, is currently missing. Well, he's missing a little more than that.
okay, he takes 6 necrotic damage from Toll the Dead.
All right, cool. As you let out the tolling sound, it sort of like
As you
resonates
hear
through the air.
the bells
He
ringing.
claps a hand over his ears and howls in pain. And now we are at Arwen. Or are you guys over there? You have now deposited your things. I guess now that you're in your turn orders, we'll do your things that you're hiding. So Arwen, what was your one thing that you were hiding? Or were you trying to hide something at all?
Well, I will hide my gold, I guess.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check. It's going to be opposed by their perception. He rolled a 16, so you need to beat a 16.
Oh. 5.
No, yeah, you try to hide your gold bag behind your back, but he sees it and rips it out of your hand.
Got it. Oh, dang.
All right, Elliot or Arwen, do you want to do anything, or are you just gonna like wait for them to finish and hopefully leave you guys alone?
Yeah, I'll let them until the fight ends because, well, there's not much we can do.
All right, it is now Elliot's turn.
I dropped my stuff in front of me. I ain't gonna try anything. I'm gonna slowly get up from me sitting on the ground because I got up to like throw my stuff on the ground. So my suit's gone, everything's gone. I'm just in my shirt.
Cool. So I'll take you
My
both
like
out of the initiative
undergarment.
order. Sister Sakura.
But I am gonna
Elliot.
say, what do you really want to the werewolf that's being wrestled by Garland?
He does not seem inclined to answer you at this moment. Unless you'd like to make a check out of it.
I am gonna make a check out of it. What do you want me to do? Persuasion?
Yeah. If you're trying to distract him, then it needs to be deception.
I'm actually trying to ask him what he really wants. So I think it's odd that they would it's not odd that they would rob us for everything, but it's very odd that I think they'd be so far away from their den and like they would have to know we were traveling.
Also, you don't know about dens and such business. So
No, I'm just in general, I don't think werewolves would be way out here.
In the mountains, in the wilderness?
I mean,
On a
not really
road.
on the main
Perfect
road
place for 'em.
looking for adventures, I guess, but like
In a field of flowers.
Yeah, essentially. The
Well, if you
flowers gotta go, yeah.
remember, they
They were
actually
following us.
were following you.
So yeah, they were already in active pursuit from us. So why? There must
Why
be
us?
ulterior
All right, go ahead
motivation.
and make your persuasion roll.
That's going to be 17.
Because we're smart. We know that people tend to get attacked on the roads, and we knew that the witch tends to put things here. So we follow and we wait.
The witch? Fallen, wait. You've been falling for quite some time, though. We heard you a few
I
miles
yell
back.
at him, quit talking, let's fight.
What's this witch of yours?
Sister Sakram.
I had a 16 to hide my armor.
And he got a
I wonder
14.
how you gonna hide harbor.
He manages to he starts grabbing stuff from you. And when he starts to pull at your clothes, you kind of pull them up around you.
Yeah.
And
Excuse me.
he just growls in your face, but doesn't do anything else. And
Oh,
grips the
she
rest of your
bares her
stuff.
teeth at him. She bares her teeth and her wings start to come out. She goes, excuse you. Watch your tongue and your claws.
You manage to keep your armor. Jin, are you going to try to hide anything?
I already am.
What? What are you trying to hide?
My hand axe is still in the field.
Oh, that's true. Do you want to hide anything else, though?
No.
All right.
No, I am going to give up everything I currently have on me.
All right, Butrav. Would you like? You said you were going to hide your spell book.
Yep, and I rolled a 6.
He has to roll a nat 1 for the record to fail this, and he didn't. So, yeah, you try to hide your spell book. He grabs it and he says, "This too, wizard," and he rips it out of your hand. He just unceremoniously. You see, he just throws it like a frisbee, just chucks it over the cart into the big pile of stuff that they've got. You just look on in horror as the binding bends and the pages are flapping in the air.
Just dwarven yelling "Oh, you incompetent little living goblin Vincent!"
I'm gonna
Shit
cover
like
his
that.
mouth with my tail.
All right, it is now the wolf's turn again. You see that this wolf and this wolf begin to undo the buckles and bridle and all that of your horse.
Excuse me, no. That wasn't part of the deal yet.
It was actually part of the. Well, they're starting to do it. All right, but we'll go back over here. He's distracted, so he doesn't have advantage this time. He goes for the claw. That is a 20. Not nat.
It hit. It hit.
That is 7 slashing damage. And then he goes for the bite. Damn, that's bad. That is a 13. So again, he hits you with the claws, and now you have an X scraped across your armor and your face, just from the two different slashes from the two different directions. But again, you manage to move out of the way just in time as he chomps down where your head was just a second ago. And he says, "Stop moving, you little runt!" It is your turn, Garland.
He's pissed me off. You pissed me off, and I pull out my warhammer.
I thought you threw your warhammer on the ground.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You guys threw your
Oh.
weapons on the ground.
I still have my mace to my side, so I pull my mace out.
All right, cool. All right, you are at disadvantage to attack
the-
whenever you're being grappled like this. So if you want to try to
22.
get out from under him, you can, but that's an athletics check. You said you got a 22. Is that with disadvantage?
No, he's got me grappled. I'm on it. Yeah. Well, the other one's 24.
Okay, well, that hits.
22 and a 24.
Nice.
The 22 hits.
He gets 4 bludgeoning damage. And as my bonus action, I am going to cast Healing Word on myself.
All right, how much do you get back?
Wait a second, I'm going to say Prayer Healing.
Is that still a bonus action?
No, it's not, so let me forget about that one. Man, that would have gave me a hell of a lot of points, too.
Also, Prayer of Healing takes 10 minutes to cast.
Yes, that would have... Not quite that one, but yeah.
So how
I
would
get
this combat
5
going
points
on?
back. I get 5 points.
All right, cool. Heal yourself up. So you managed to wiggle your one-handed weapon out from behind you, and as you bring it up, he tries to deflect it, but he doesn't do well, and you hit him right in the side of the snout with the big heavy end on this thing. You leave 2 big gash marks on his cheek, and he growls at you, and he says, "You're gonna pay for that!"
How long
And
of this
can I
combat
still make an
been going?
athletics check to get out?
That is like in lieu of your action, you can make an athletics check to get out. So like you have to attack or try to get out of the grapple,
Okay,
but not
then
both.
never mind.
It is okay. Sister Sakrem and Jin
I'll stay in the grapple.
are both of you doing anything, or are you waiting for this to resolve?
Oh. Sakhan is going.
Doing nothing.
I'm gonna help Jin again.
You're gonna try to distract, or you're helping Jin, or you're trying to distract?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to distract the werewolf that's on top of Garland.
Cool. All right. Go ahead and make a deception check as you shouted it.
Oh, I'm gonna go. Those things are coming back!
Yeah, make a
Deception?
deception check.
That's a nat 20.
As
Sister
you...
Sakura pulled through with her charisma.
All right. Cool. So I'm going to roll for the wolves.
Like, she screamed it in horror.
Yeah,
Like,
it's very convincing. All right, the 4 wolves failed. And that is a nat 20 on the big werewolf fighting Garland.
Damn.
The 4 wolves, though, like, look up, or, like, the other werewolves, like, start looking around, and they seem like they're trying to get out of there. You see, they, like, run over, and they, like, shout. They kind of vacate a little bit. They say, "Boss, she says there's more coming!" And you see they grab up the loot and start to, like get away. He looks over at his shoulder, and he says, "Not yet, you idiots!" But it's too late. They are already taking their actions. All right. Are Jin and Butrov staying out of the initiative order, or are you guys doing anything?
So-
I'm not doing anything.
They've got our
Are
stuff.
They might have got some things, but it's all right. You can work it out.
All right, so we're running a little short on time, so we kind of gotta like
Yeah.
go quick on the
Y'all
turns
don't
here.
do nothing. Let me fight.
Yeah.
He's got to attack me still.
Can I make a deception check to sound like the scarecrows?
Yes. Sure.
$15.
All right. So the boss made it and one of the wolves made it, but the rest failed. So these 3 wolves are all like, "Did you hear that? They're coming!" And they start to like quickly grab up even more stuff. It looks like they might not have picked everything up in their haste. And you see these 2, or these 3, all bound off into the woods with just what they can carry in their arms. And that one does not, though. He shouts to the rest of them and he says, "You idiots, we need the meat!" And you see that he takes his claws and just slashes the remaining bridle and everything for the horse. As he does, you see he also scrapes the horse all the way up the side, leaving a bunch of deep gashes. And the horse like rears back and just like begins to run.
Oh, that was not supposed to happen.
And you see this wolf begins to chase that horse. He grabs the bag up off the ground next to him and begins to chase the horse.
Better than us.
But over here, this guy now looks and sees that his people are all running.
I don't let him run away. I hold on to him. Or is it my turn yet?
It is his turn, and he is going to attack you again. He is not distracted, though, this time, because he made his check. That's... The claw's not enough to hit. The bite... That is a 21 on the bite.
It hit.
Alright, you take 8 piercing damage on the bite, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I know what this bite does.
I know what this bite does too.
Where is him, right?
I mean, a werewolf would be great to have in the party if you can survive it.
Yeah. You, check.
So what's that?
14.
14? You pass.
14.
Alright, you pass. It is your turn, Garland.
I'll be flattest thing if I can get werewism. What? Monk with
I
werewism?
grab him by his balls.
Damage.
Alright. To do that, you're going to need to change the grapple. You're going to need to get in the dominant position of the grapple before you can do anything like that.
I'm sorry you had to hear that ugly laugh that just came out of my
Okay.
mouth, but that was hilarious.
All right,
Okay,
so-
I just well, since we're grappled, I'm holding on to him. I'm touching him, and he takes 15 necrotic damage. Wait a second, is that necrotic? Yes, necrotic.
I'm grabbing his balls.
He's
Probably
just
Ross
squeezing
balls
him.
up.
All right.
Little late,
Again,
Josh.
the bolts of energy rack through him, and you all see that he sort of like is like panting, and he looks like he's not doing so hot. And he like kind of looks over at the group of you, and he suddenly is now trying to like push away from Garland.
Time to jump him.
I say, these
He goes, guys,
submit.
guys,
These submit, and I will let you live.
where are you going?
Curb, stop flying knee.
I tell him.
Tough without your boys.
I tell him submit, and call your men back with our gear, and you can all go free.
I'm gonna bust one of your nuts.
All right, make an opposed grapple check if you're going to try to hold on to him, because he's trying to break away from you, Garland. You need to beat a 19.
Okay.
Use inspiration to re-roll if you can, or have him roll
Yes,
at
I'm going to use my
disadvantage.
inspiration.
Yeah.
I have inspiration.
I flying kick this werewolf.
On your turn.
Yeah.
Didn't beat it. I got a 18.
All right, he manages to like rip himself away from you, and he kind of like looks at the group of you, and you see as he's got these 2 deep gashes on his face and like this broken orbital bone from the smash with the thing earlier. And he says, "We won't forget this!" And you see he bounds off into the dark.
Can I use Toll the Dead
He's
before
still
you
within
use
120
it?
feet.
I
Yeah.
take a action.
Anyone
make
who
a
would like to
reaction?
make pot shots at him as he goes can feel free to.
I would love
I
to
do.
do Toll the Dead.
I do.
All right, everyone.
Wait a
can
second.
make-
Garland wants a mage hand him. I cast Mage Hand and
Mage,
grab
well,
him.
Mage Hand only works with 5 or 10 pounds of force, so it's not going to do anything in this case.
I rolled a 22.
Okay, then I will
on
use Hold.
We'll go one at a
I
time,
will
starting
use.
with Garland.
Where is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Apologies.
I'm trying to think. I'm
didn't
sorry.
know
I
we
thought
were
I
gonna
had.
murder a werewolf today.
I will use Magic Missile.
Magic Missile works. Go ahead.
Okay. All right, I'm done laughing.
There's.
All right.
We're neutering a
He
werewolf.
takes 3 damage.
I really want to lycanthrope.
3
I forgot
damage from the
about
magic
that.
missiles.
I would totally.
From all 3 of them, like you rolled like 1, 1, and 1, or like
Oh. No, I just. Okay.
you
The
get
second
3
one,
darts.
he makes a 4 damage. Okay. The
Magic-
first one.
Magic missile works. You
The
throw
first one
once
was a 3.
and all. Magic missile works that you throw
Hey, got him.
once and
Just-
all,
just a
all
second,
of the
Garland.
missiles do the same.
What?
He's
Magic
explaining how
Missile
Magic
works.
Missile works. Sorry, no
You
more
throw-
interrupting. Go
you
ahead.
You throw once and all the missiles do the same damage. That's how it works.
Oh, okay. I thought you rolled each missile individually. Okay, and it's
No,
but it is
still have
3
all
missiles,
that.
right?
Yes.
All right,
I think-
cool.
Yeah, so they all freeze.
So it
So
takes,
he
he
takes
takes
9 magic missile damage.
All right.
Yes.
He is looking desperate and afraid as he goes to all 4s and is like bounding away from you. You see his tail is tucked between his legs.
May
Next.
I use my... gonna
Next would be
Yeah,
Arwen.
I'm
If
gonna
Arwen
do
my
would
pot
like to
shot
take an
too.
action.
Arwen will throw a rock at him.
No, let
He's-
Sister go.
He's pretty far away, Arwen, but you can try. Make a ranged attack roll.
Okay, this. Okay.
Damn it! My chance to become werewolf is gone.
Where will the others check?
While we're waiting on these rolls, I noticed that we have a pretty good amount of viewers right now. Just letting you guys know, we are very close to our next follower goal of 75. And once we hit 75 followers, we're going to give away dice on stream. So, like, if there were 5 of you in here right now who hadn't followed yet, we could literally give away a set of glow-in-the-dark Chessex dice now. If you guys just all went and hit follow. Just saying.
Oh, where's the link?
I
Where's the link
got,
at?
I got 15
link.
plus 2, 17.
Here, I'll post the link in the Discord for you, Garland. 17. A 17
sister?
hits, but he is, yeah, you see that it like pings off of him and he like yelps. It doesn't deal any actual damage, but it hurts.
Okay.
Sister?
It would deal damage
Oh,
normally, but he's
dead.
immune to certain damages. So
Oh, got
Yeah.
it.
the only reason Garland did so well
Sister
was because of
told the
all
dead.
of the spells he was
Yeah.
using.
Yeah, the magic damage.
All right. So Sister Sakrem, go ahead with your Toll of the Dead. Actually, Elliot is next. Elliot, do you have something you'd like to do?
I can't do much with him. I can throw a rock at him.
Yeah, it
That's
wouldn't.
about it.
Yeah, non-magic. All right, so you can't do much. So we go to Sister Sakrem.
Alrighty. Come on, Toll the Dead, get some hive numbers. That rolled off. That is max damage for 12. 12
He-
necrotic damage.
What is the Wisdom saving throw on that?
12.
He got a 13.
Damn it!
No.
You know the worst part about that is he has
12
exactly
would've killed
12
him.
HP left.
Oh.
Can I make him? I will use another one of my inspirations.
Can I?
I'm using another inspiration to make him reroll.
All right.
I will go down to 1.
He rolls an 8 this time.
I'm killing this son of a bitch. He frisked me.
As you shout your spell, and a loud bell sound emanates through the moonlit valley. As it does, almost like you see like a ripple and a wave whoosh through the flowers. And it's moving faster than he is. And he's like running faster. He goes down to all fours. He looks over his shoulder and he can see this like boom of the sound of the bell tolling. And he's trying to outrun it, but he can't. And as he almost reaches the tree line, you see a whoosh, and he's blasted off of his feet, and he tumbles unceremoniously into the dirt, where he dies.
I only have 2 goals for this campaign.
And with that,
we
we will be ending for the night, everyone.
Can I just say a couple small things in here?
Go ahead.
I stumble to his body. I wish to stumble to his body.
All right.
And sit there and spit on him and said, Moradin's might will never be doubted. And search him. But I also want to get everybody around me. I'm going to use my very last of my level 3 spells. And anybody that's hurt, get around me, at least within 30 feet of me, because I'm going to cast prayer of healing.
Yeah, Sister Sakrem hugs you.
Butrov is yet to take damage.
There's 10. 10 healing.
I'm topped off.
And then
Carlin neutered a werewolf.
Carlin neutered a werewolf.
All right. So I don't forget, we will real quick. I'm going to tell you guys what you managed to recover because they did not grab everything. All right. Sister Sakrem, you managed to recover your reliquary, as well as how much gold did you have?
I had 14, but she doesn't really care about it.
You get 2 gold back.
Okay.
Elliot, he took your whole bag.
That's not right.
Because you bagged yours up. You were kind enough to bag yours up for him.
I just throw my backpack on the ground. That's all it was.
Okay, yeah. So they managed to get that.
And the book was sitting in the front pocket. So that's up to your description if it follows that or not.
You see that the book did fall out. It's laying in the grass.
Take my book up, then it'd take a good book away that I can't read.
You see, Butrov. You see that your spell book is still there.
Oh, thank the lords.
Arwen, your entire bag of gold is still there.
Oh, great.
And Jin, your hand axe is still there.
On the floor or both
The one
of
that
them?
they took.
Sweet, so I've got both of them still.
Is my armor still on me, or they got
They
that?
took your armor.
Okay.
And they took like almost 200 gold away from me or something.
They also, your horse is gone.
Oh my.
Okay, we're hoofing it.
I still have my riding goat.
Jen, looks like you're
They
pulling
didn't.
it.
They did not take my They did not take my riding goat. I still have them out.
The goat said goodbye.
The goat's over there grazing. And I will get on him tired because I was down to 3 points, guys. I had 3 points.
Oh, Christ.
What do you have? What do you say?
All right.
I
So
was down to 3 health points.
with that, everybody, we are done for the evening. We'll pick up next week with you guys searching the werewolf, because you do see that slung over his, or actually not slung over his shoulder, in the spot where he dumped his gear is a backpack, and inside of it you see the beautiful glow of magical items.
Nice.
Oh, right. Watch one of them be like a silvered sword or something we could have used in a fight.
Actually, we'll go ahead and roll for the magic items now, because the party might be different next week. So we'll go ahead and roll for your magic items now.
Yes.
Sweet.
Give me a code in
There's
place.
currently
I
people in
missed
the
the amount
chat
of
saying
XP
that we
we
all
got for
deserve
the
inspiration.
Scarecrow fight.
All right. Are you
Yeah,
all
the
ready to
XP
write
for that
down?
fight and fighting
Sure.
this guy.
Oh yeah. Okay. So
Yes.
for XP, each of you gets 125 experience points
For that,
Sweet.
for the fight, and then 100 experience points for the session. A werewolf's only worth 700, so dividing
What
it
about
up.
the
you know.
scarecrows?
Oh,
Yeah,
the
the scarecrows.
scarecrows! I forgot about the scarecrows.
There was Alpha
We
Scarecrow
could
there
all
that I
pick.
manhandled.
Each of you gets 200 experience from the scarecrow fight.
So it's gonna be 400.
So 425 total.
420.
I only got 150 fighting that big joker.
Well, it's divided among everybody, so yeah.
Yeah. Just like me manhandling a big scarecrow. That's vitamins, everybody.
All right.
What was
I
it,
am going to
425?
give 425. Yeah, I'm going to give everyone inspiration tonight. We can do nominations as well, but everyone deserves inspiration.
yay!
I'm pretty sure that was supposed to be a TPK.
Yeah.
It could have been if
Well,
we
I mean,
didn't play
it's
it right.
if you had all just like fought them, it would have been a TPK. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some fights in Barovia are scary,
What's a
y'all. That was
TPK?
a random encounter rolled as well. Like that was not me adding something that was not in the book.
It's like
I'm
every
to
few spots you go, you
5
get
inspiration
a
now.
random.
I used 2, got 1 back. I had 6, so that's not bad.
All right. Are you
Alright.
ready to see what is inside of his bag?
Heck yeah, let's get them goods. Hopefully, get some bracers of strength or
Mr.
something to brace
Sakuram is
those monk
starting to
bracers.
pull it out.
Let's check it.
What do you want us to roll?
Just a second.
Okay.
All right. In his bag,
And
you find.
While y'all are getting ready to do that,
Just a second, Garland. Okay. Right in his bag, you find 6 electrum pieces.
I'm gonna give one to everybody.
Electrums are worth 5 silver, for the record. It's half a gold is an electrum.
So everybody gets 1 electrum.
You find 3 platinum pieces
We can split those later.
and 11 silver pieces and 5 gold pieces. And then as far as items,
I'll hold on to the money because
Why?
none. Cleric most
So?
trustworthy. I'm
I
not
don't know
giving it
about
to
that.
Elliot.
Why would I
one
use the
that has
money?
a bag left.
I'm the one that
I'm the only
that's
one
gonna
who
be
has a
rid of my-
bag left.
I don't
I'm the
care
one who
who
got
holds
to keep
gold.
her armor and
I
kill the
got the
werewolf.
book.
I don't care either way. I'm the one
I
that
got a
dropped
blanket
my
to sleep
stuff
with. Y'all
voluntarily
don't.
first. So clearly my guy has nothing for world positions. He doesn't care
Alright.
I'm
enough.
sure the sister will give everybody their share when we are on a safe place.
When we're able to split it, yes.
all right. The first item you find in the
Yes,
bag.
ma'am. Yeah.
All right. Just a second.
Give me a +2 shield in
Ooh,
there.
this is
A
interesting.
+2 shield.
No, I don't
God
think
of lordly might.
those will be wondrous items. The blue items are wondrous. Unless you pack the bag with
Even a
wondrous items.
+1 shield.
Okay, you find a prosthetic limb. It is a tentacle.
Ugh.
This item replaces a lost limb, a hand, arm, foot, leg, or similar body part. While the prosthetic is attached, it functions identically to the part it replaces. You can detach or reattach it as an action, and it can't be removed against your will. And it is a tentacle.
Odd item. Tentacle arm?
Wait,
Alright.
is that it?
No, there's
Can
other
we have
things as well.
Can we have 3 arms?
You have to. It has
She
to
will-
replace a lost limb, so it specifically has to
Oh.
replace a limb that's gone.
Got
She
it.
holds
Got
up the
it.
tentacle and goes, whoever wants this, go ahead. I think it's used.
Maybe for later.
All right, you find a set of Nolzur's marvelous pigments.
Is that the disguise thing?
Here, I will just link these for you all. Actually, the way this is going to work is there's going to be an item in the bag for each of you. So we'll roll for each of you. So we'll just go at the top and go down. Elliot, your character gets a potion of invulnerability.
Invulnerability.
You don't have to keep this item, but this is just the item you pull out of the bag. It's on page 188 of the DMG.
Okay. Sure, it just makes you immune to attacks and stuff for a moment.
That's a blue item. Not bad.
All right. So for 1 minute after you drink this potion, you have resistance to all damage.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay.
Sister Sakrem, you get, or what you pull out of the bag is an ersatz eye.
I got an eye?
This artificial eye replaces a real one that was lost or removed. While the ersatz eye is embedded in your eye socket, it can't be removed by anyone other than you, and you can see through the tiny orb as though it were a normal eye. And that's all it does.
You got a gnarly eye there.
It replaces an eye that gets taken out if you lose one.
I think that my two are perfectly fine.
Remember, everyone, that these items are tradable on the trading house. We have an Adventure League trading house. So if you don't have a use for an item, you can post it there, and someone else can trade an item they have with it, or for it. Oh, no. Okay. All right. Next is Jin. Jin reaches into the bag and pulls out a spell scroll.
Anybody scrolls, actually.
Is it Flame Skull?
It is a scroll of Chromatic Orb. It's page 200 in the DMG.
In the DMG.
Actually, I think that's just the rules for scrolls. But yeah, it's Chromatic Orb.
Type it in on Beyond 20 or D&D Beyond. He'll show it.
You hurl a 4-inch diameter sphere of energy at a creature you can see within range. You choose acid, cold, fire, lightning, poison, or thunder for the type, and then make a ranged spell attack against the target. If it hits, the creature takes 3d8 of the damage you type, or of the damage you chose.
That's a lot of damage.
So I have to first level evocation. Okay, I can't even cast it. So
anybody can use scrolls.
I could though.
Oh,
anybody can use scrolls. Yes, that's what's the beauty about scrolls. You just can't use the magic. It's like books and like staffs and like that. One of the things become like.
All right,
but anybody can use scrolls.
You find the Veteran's Cane.
That's pretty good.
That's the cane that turns into a sword, right?
I don't know. I'm looking it up. I can't even find it. It says Xanathar is page 139.
I have the Veteran Cane up right now. When you grasp the walking cane and use it bonus action to speak the command word, it transforms into ordinary longsword and ceases to be magical.
Okay, cool. So it's just like a weapon that's a cane that turns magically into a weapon, but it's not a magic weapon. Gotcha.
Nope.
Okay, cool. So
Yeah,
you
it's-
find the veteran's cane. Garland.
Pretty snazzy for a bard.
Yes.
You find smoldering armor.
Oof,
Oh,
that's-
yeah. And it's plate, too, right?
It is scale mail. This is smoldering
I can
scale
wear
mail.
plate. I can wear plate. Scale mail's a downgrade.
Well, it's the random item you found in the bag.
It's kind of
probably
cool.
better.
It has like a smoke thing to it.
Yeah.
Probably better
it
than a
does.
tentacle.
Better than an
Okay.
eye.
You
I damn near lost my eye.
11% the chromatic orb, right?
Well, they did find a new eye.
Apparently, I got a high damaging scroll.
Yeah, Jin. You want to trade that? Because that is a wizard spell. I can, I get more out of that than this sword.
Like I said
Arwen
before,
is last. Let me do Arwen real quick. And
Anybody
then I
can
have a
use
thing
scrolls.
to tell you guys. All right, Arwen gets an enduring spellbook.
Oh no! Oh god. Those are both really good trades for me.
This spellbook, along with anything written on its pages, can't be damaged by fire or immersion in water. In addition, the spellbook does not deteriorate with age.
that's a pretty cool book.
Any of you who would like, one time, can burn an inspiration to have me re-roll your magic item.
I would.
And we reroll at least the item we have, right?
You will. Well, I'll let you pick.
Garland would.
All right, Garland, go ahead and burn. You can only do it once, though. It's not like an over and over thing. So, Garland,
Yes.
is there
One question.
what?
Can we trade before re-rolling? Like, let's say I trade my book to the wizard and I re-roll
Yes.
whatever.
If you guys
he
want to
got.
do any trades, you can do those real quick.
You want to trade the? I'm gonna re-roll. So, do you want to trade whatever you got for the book, Mr. Wizard?
Yeah, I got the sword cane if you want it, Mr. Arwen.
Okay, I'll trade you the spell book and I'll re-roll the sword.
Okay, cool.
right.
Garland,
Wait, can I get the sword? I'll trade you my eye.
Sure. Let's do that.
Jolene will like throw the eye to not Jolene, sorry,
Trade.
Sister Sakura will throw the eye.
I'll reroll mine too. Just I'll let everybody reroll theirs.
okay, so Garland, are you re-rolling?
Yes. Yes, I am. With one inspiration. Do I roll a d20 with inspiration?
No, you can burn an inspiration to have me re-roll your magic item. So instead, now
Okay.
you have adamantine armor.
That's good.
Oh,
Yes.
oh. Congratulations.
Yes.
It is.
Thank you.
Chainmail.
It's still better than regular mail.
Yes.
I think it's
So chainmail will set your AC to 16. You're at disadvantage to stealth checks, but because it's adamantine,
yeah, it's already there.
it negates any critical hits.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
All
I
right.
could have used that a while ago.
Arwen, did you want to reroll?
Yes.
All right. You have re-rolled into a potion of supreme healing.
That's really good.
Oh.
I think it's the best healing potion you can get.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
It's worth
one
quite
of
a
the
bit of
best.
money too.
500 gold pieces.
Well, That's not so bad.
If you sell it, that would have to be cut in half.
Not really.
Supreme healing is 10d4 plus 20 HP.
It's good for later in the game. I would hold on to it.
Always hold it.
All right, Elliot, were you re-rolling?
Yep. I'll spend my inspiration. See what I get.
All right. You have found a bundle of +3 arrows. 20 +3 arrows.
I can't use them, but all right. It's fine with me. Arrows?
You don't
plus
have
3?
a bow?
Yep.
Just one question, DiceDad. Aside from the thing that we kept earlier, we should delete all our backpacks, right?
Yeah, just delete anything you guys had before.
Okay.
Plus 3 arrows is
Except
pretty good
me.
a bundle. So how much is
Except
a
me.
bundle again?
20 arrows.
Oh.
Chat saying to throw the arrows at them.
I was wondering if I cut the shafts off to use them as darts.
I could be persuaded to allow something like that to happen. But
Okay.
it would take some
for-
crafting checks.
Okay,
All
I'll get it later
right.
time.
For me and Aru and Strahd, do we need to mark that in trading house?
If you want to trade your item, go to the trading house. There's like a sample post on how to make a post in there. It's just like follow the sample post.
No, I was asking if, yeah, because Aru and I traded ours. Do we need to mark that down?
Oh,
in
no,
AL,
it
or
doesn't matter.
the
Just as
trading-
long as you have it on your
Okay.
character sheets. All right. Sister Sakrem, were you re-rolling?
Oh no, I've got that veteran's cane now. I traded my eye for it.
All right, Jin, were you re-rolling?
Scroll.
You're going to keep the scroll?
Yeah.
All right, Butrov?
Nope, I got that endurance spell book.
All right, cool. Then you all finish taking the things out of his bag, and we will go ahead and call it there. As I said, everybody got inspiration, but we can go ahead and go do nominations now as well. So we will start off with Elliot. Do you have any nominations tonight?
I'm thinking.
Other than the party nomination for surviving that.
I don't know. I'd say Garland, I guess. He literally grabbed a wolf by its balls and neutered him, so.
Garland, I am going to give you 2 inspiration because you literally challenged that werewolf to come at me, bro. You were just like, let's go then! Square go like! I was very happy with that. 2, yeah, go ahead and take 2, Garland.
Okay.
Arwen, do you have any nominations?
The sister tanked for me when I was disabled, so I'll give it to her.
Yeah, Sister Sakrem, you definitely saved him. If you had not moved over there, he would have gotten killed on his next turn.
She's a very self-sacrificing woman.
Yeah, you can take a point of
Thank you.
inspiration for that.
Thank you.
Budrav.
I was gonna say, I think Garland gets that inspiration point. Yeah.
Yeah, for real. You got 3 tonight already, Garland, but yeah, that's the cap, but good job. Garland, do you have any nominations you'd like to make?
Oh. Man. Jin never gets any. So I want to sit there and pass it Jin because he had none.
Yes, Jin, you can have a point of inspiration. Not just for pity though. You did some fun role playing. I liked how you role played the fear effect. That was good. So you can have a point of inspiration for that.
Yeah. He lost his orc.
I lost all of that intimidation and strength and just cried like a baby in the carriage.
All right, Sister Sakrem.
And I would give it to Garland, except he's got the cap, so I gotta give it to Elliot for literally just taking down 2 of those scarecrows by himself.
Yeah, you 2v1 those guys, Elliot. You can take a point of inspiration for that.
It ripped out the alpha's
If you
heart.
had failed one of those
I would be
checks, that would have been it, man.
I'm lucky the DC's so low because
It is low. It's a
I
low
only
DC.
I only have a +2, but I was rolling like 13s and 14s, so like my lowest I think was my 13, which ended up in 15 anyway. So.
All right. Well, with that, I'll say thank you everybody for coming out tonight. For those of you watching on the Twitch, thank you so much for watching us. This campaign's definitely getting interesting, so I appreciate you guys all tuning in to watch us play
I'm trying to.
As far as plugs, this Friday we have a lot going on, so I'm just going to talk about Friday. On Friday, Weeb, our game master Weeb, he is finishing his campaign, The Artifices of Quartz Oil Tower. And that's been pretty popular, so people are excited to see that. So make sure to tune in to see that finish up. Also on Friday, Matthew from the Warlock Sanctum Games is doing his Fate Core demonstration for us. So he is one of the top paid non-D&D storytellers that's working right now. He is very highly reviewed. He's doing this for free for us. So anybody, you don't have to pay to do this, but if you come into our server this Friday or you RSVP early, he's going to do a 3-4 hour game where he teaches us how to play Fate, which is a very cool tabletop RPG that is gaining a lot of popularity.
I'm trying to find my Fate dice. I don't know what I do with them.
I'm playing in that, so it'll also be an opportunity to play in a game with me as opposed to having a game ran by me. I don't know if that's a draw, but if it is, great. My wife said meh. All right. Also on Friday, so there was that thing on Friday. Oh my, I feel like there was a third thing on Friday. Yeah, third thing on Friday. We're doing our last Adventure League giveaway the way that it is. So the way we've been doing we give away art commissions once a month for free league players. The way we've been doing it is after every league, I've been writing down the name of everyone who's in the game. But we've got games every night of the week, and not all of them are ran by me now, so it is difficult for me to keep track of everyone who's played in games. So this is the last time we're doing it this way, where I write everybody's name down. And now it's going to be, if you are a league player, and you play in a game, we're going to give you a role that says you were in a game this month that allows you to be in the drawing, and we'll do the drawing that way. So this will be kind of this will be a big old list of names that I'm rolling off of this week, but the one after this one next month should be a lot easier. But
I'm trying to find my
gist of
Fate
that
dice,
is
but...
we're giving away a character commission, like an art illustration of a custom character. It doesn't have to be one from the server. It can be one from yours, from a different game. But Madam Shiva or Gonza Studio on Instagram is a really cool artist, and she has been doing a lot of really good work for us. So if you'd like a chance to win that, I guess you already have it by playing in these games. But we have a couple more games between now and then. So if you haven't been in one yet, come into our server, hop into a game before Friday, and you're just entered in a chance to win a drawing. So, hop on that. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye, everybody. I will see you all on the other streams throughout the week, and also I'll see you all next week at my game.
Hey, everybody.
DiceDad.
See you Friday.
All right. Bye.